They can hear me talking now. 1, 2, 3, 4,
All right.
5, 6. They can now see. Oh, I'm going to have to fix that.
Oh.
Why?
Oh.
Why Discord every time? Why? Okay, who are we missing?
Yeah, like again. I don't know why.
Alright, so
I
Tux.
don't know why I went to the front line.
And okay, so hi, welcome to this episode of Technical Difficulties with the bonus cast. As you can see, the cameras are still not working 100% properly. I will be working on fixing those while running D&D for 5 people. How y'all doing today?
Okay.
Congratulations on making it to May. That was a really long April, right?
Oh God. What's your bet? What's your money on for the new catastrophe this month? My personal bet is alien invasion.
I mean, the Pentagon
They
has
did release all those tapes.
The Pentagon did basically go,
Yep.
yeah, aliens are a thing. Deal with it.
They're softening us up for the real bad stuff. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Either that or just be like, hey, here come our saviors. And it's like, don't panic, please. And
Please stop shooting at the spaceships in the sky. So, quick heads up. Did you know this background music that you're listening to is provided by Sirenscape, a powerful, useful digital toolset for providing music for your tabletop gaming? Because it is, and it is.
wow, my God.
Hooray.
Okay, that's right. So, if you're watching this live on Discord, you get to watch, or not on, well, I guess if you're watching this live on Discord,
If you're watching this live on Discord, please let us know so that we can fix that secure view loophole.
If you're watching this live on Twitch, however, you're going to enjoy the background view of me editing our camera feed and trying to do that and maintain some level of professionalism while giving y'all back information about so going to be serious for a moment. I'm sure y'all have noticed that Cookie has not joined us this episode, and going forward she is not going to be joining us in future episodes of Second Sight Agency. She is still a member of the bonus cast. We still greatly like her and care about her, and I am going to be doing a one-on-one learn to roleplay stream with her when her schedule irons out a bit better. So she isn't gone. We're all friends. There's been no fighting or anything like that. So just don't want there to be any rumors before,
But we pretty much just figured out she's a bit shy. So we're going to run her through something to help her build confidence to play a character.
Yeah, it's important to know what your players need and to give them that. For example, I recognize that Faradir needed the ability to actually deal damage in combat and be effective. Because Beastmaster Rangers are horrible and we all know it.
Yeah.
But Kay is a good
We all recognize that Brigham needed something to be drunk on all the time, so...
Well, I mean, right now he's probably one of the 2 people that really have spell slots left, so... Maybe we'll see a casting Faradir this game.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Brigham again, so I was like, yes, I shall cast him. And here's a bonus action. Flurry of Fists.
Yeah, he's gonna cast. He's gonna put some fishing line on his staff. Yoink!
That might be what we need to catch that person around the corner.
Watch as it crits, and then it's like, haha, the fishing pole extend.
There is one final announcement I need to make. On this day 6 years ago, I got to take part in one of the most wonderful events of my life. I love you, honey. Happy anniversary.
Aww. Aww.
I love you, babe.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Y'all are sweet.
Thank you. Alright, with that, let's go ahead and move on into introductions because we have a very densely packed stream today. Let's start with our newest fellow, Frizz.
Hi there. I am. Hey, look, I am playing Feral. I'm playing Feral, but I'm known as Frizz. I'm an sorcerer, just doing my thing. Right now. I just stumbled along to this group of just whatever these people are, and I just want to do cool science experiments, and they keep dragging me into fights, and I'm here to save them. And so yeah, I'm the best. They're okay, I guess. But yeah, if you can see, I don't know where it is, but I do have a little pixel art guy that'll probably pop up somewhere, maybe. But I'm using a designing app called Reroll. Very great, very interpersonal. I emailed it a quick, hey, we love to do this, and they were like, yep. Just let you know, reroll.co, free. You can pay $10 for the premium account. It's amazing. But yeah, on to whoever's next.
Well, since I just finished fixing his camera, how about Tux?
Hi, everybody. I'm Tux9, and I'm playing Verdir, the Simic hybrid Simic.
You said
also
Simic?
guest starring Kay, who is a good boy.
You like Simic? You said Simic twice. I like Simics.
Yeah.
Well, it's because it's part of his name as a race and part of the name of his affiliation.
This is accurate.
Fair.
And since I spoke up, and it's like, hi, I'm the mage. I play Graham. He's a drunken little goblin monk. And he is stumbling into stuff that, you know what, he's just going to take care of. It's he doesn't want any trouble, but boy, it keeps finding him. And I don't know why I say he doesn't want to look for trouble. It was his idea to make this agency in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But now that he's made that agency, he's like, now I don't want to do any work.
Yep.
Isn't that life, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I want a job.
Eric,
I don't want to do that
constantly
job.
pursued by trouble and tax collecting.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been trying to craft a
well,
persona for that tax
yeah.
collecting uniform thing.
We are going to have to figure out where that came from.
I am priestly pribs.
Oh dear. All right. And on the notion of taxes, I am Merle. I play Rael Corvino, who is a former Simic researcher, a current Orzhov cleric, done with all of this, specifically with his conniving mafioso mother trying to set him up with one of his co-workers. He is...
Except for that part, she seemed nice.
Well, he himself wants to be with a different coworker.
Oh, she's very nice. She does everything for your own good, whether you want to or not. He is slowly falling for his bodyguard, Mevana.
Which is different entirely.
As about as slowly as a meteor.
Took a while for it to kick in. He is a sneak, a sneak, a spy, the best dressed person in the room, no matter what the room, and he is secretly not actually an Orzhov at all, but a Dimir. I don't know what the word is for Dimir people. He is in
Spy?
the
Agent?
spy already.
Agent?
Agent. He is a
Agent.
Dimir agent, but
Yeah.
none of you know that.
Um,
In fact, not even he knows that some of the time.
There's a
I'm
lot
pretty
of
sure
things
we
that
have
he
a
does
few
not
guesses.
remember.
Well, what we know is that he has a friend knew before he met us who is a Demir agent who works for this guild pack like we do.
Well, yes, but that's different.
So I'm Zizava. I play Ingrid Omaroma. And so I'm a Golgari shaman. Moved into Roma, got invited on this weird quest to find a coin. We got a business as a reward, so that's been going really good. Now there's people running around and attacking us on my home turf, so that's not real great. But party later, so I mean, compensation.
Yeah, not to drag this out, but can we just do a round? I think that we may want to introduce what our
I was
role
still
in this.
doing my introduction, if you don't mind.
Nice.
Never mind, I'm done.
Okay, so anything else on the introduction? Okay.
Not done for the game. I'm just done for a bit because I'm cooling off.
No worries. And Tux just blinked out. Nope, I didn't lose Tux. Okay. I think someone was making a suggestion about a round of stuff. If you want to go ahead and get that out, Tux.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I hear you.
Okay. I think my audio lost at a really bad time. So I was just wondering if we could go around and do our role within the company.
Sure, if you want. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, so I'm the obviator of the group.
No one knows what
I am
that means.
Oh, right. Acquisitions Inc. I keep
Yeah.
forgetting about that. It's a lot's been going on.
Yeah, I just realized it just seems like it may just look like we're pulling things out of our butt otherwise.
Why?
I
When
can
we,
do this.
Good point.
Why?
Oh,
yeah, like when we our derail our documancer. It's like it's not us. Just it's not Grigum being like, aha, I'm a dumbass goblin. Like, he's magic and he deals with papers. Documancer. Like, no.
Wow. But yes, thank you. Thanks to the fine people at Acquisitions Inc., we all have roles in our organization. So yeah, break my contracts at your peril.
He is our documancer. It's like,
Brigham
As for me-
is...
I hold the coin of decisionary as the decisionist.
I'm Horde's person. That's why you'll see me occasionally helping track people's inventory and potions and stuff.
I'm the main character. At least I like to think that.
I guess
shoot,
I'm
you've not
every
been
NPC anywhere, so technically I am running Cathal, the Secretarian. I need to redo this layout. Like, it needs to be redone. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, we at least have... Wait, why is it showing little green around my thing when I talk? Anyway, keep going without me. I'm almost finished. We're almost ready to play. I think we were on to recaps.
Okay. We were on to recaps. So, last week we were getting ready for another fancy dinner party.
And that's it.
That's it. That's all that happened. No, we did a number of downtime things. Everybody else can speak to what they did more than I can. A little bit of research and such, I'm sure. This particular dinner party is Golgari, so be very careful you know what you're eating before you eat it. For a completely different reason than you would be at a Dimir dinner party. If the Dimir had dinner parties, which, if they do, you wouldn't know about it anyway, so what's the point?
Yeah. We went shopping around for a little bit after we had gone through some stuff. We finished up the lab, came back to Ingrid's the whole area with the mansion, where the ball party is being set up. We did our downtime stuff. I figured out how to create a greater mana potion from the little crystals I've got, plus healing potions, and then it might explode when I make it, but don't worry about it. Shopping, got some cool stuff, got some bolts, and regained a familiar, saw some cool items, came back to the mansion to get ready for the ball, which I think we have like an hour, 2 hours before it's about to start. And as we walked on the mansion, we saw the same woman with the bark-like skin that we've been seeing for a while, or a day, I guess. And she ducked around behind the mansion. We went back there, and then she disappeared. And then there's that same fleshy, flayed creature that almost killed me that one time. So, we're starting in combat.
We also had learned a little bit more about the 10 coin, and you learned a little bit about the Key of Breath and Fire, which you now have, but have not
Yes.
attuned to.
For good reason.
The stuff about the clay imprint tablets and the walking stick doesn't mean anything. We found out an Orzhov delegation had just been there the day previous, which, since that's the same day as the dinner party, is an interesting fact to have found out. And Fairdeer finally got to see a spiked bow. That's the end of my part of the recap.
Oh, I do remember one more thing. We are going. So my Sir Ketley, Chemist Ketley, who is my
Catrill?
boss. Catrill, that's what it is.
Yep.
She will be at the ball, maybe from what we understand, and not to mention that Lugar was the
Oh,
person,
yeah.
the goblin that was working with me, and cousin of Grigum.
Has vanished.
Yeah, he's just vanished. So,
And you need to count your samples, see how many you have.
yeah, I'm going to, if I stay alive.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what, 4 combats in a day for y'all? Should be fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll be fun. My hypothesis is the woman is Lugar, or the thing is Lugar, or Lugar is in the bag, or he's somewhere around.
Or he ran off to take all the credit for y'all's mission and turn in samples.
Sorry, I just he just like crawled into your bag and it's just like this massive bulge like right on your hip. You're not even noticing it. Boy, my right leg is really heavy.
Okay, so that reminded me of a meme I saw. A dungeon master gives his level 1 party of new players a bag of holding. Immediately, they all climb inside of it.
I'm getting died.
It's... I've never considered a
To
level...
another realm. Well, yes, but actually no.
The new party finds an abandoned bag of holding, and when they dump it out, there are skeletons.
Oh, okay.
That's
For that excellent recap, none of y'all get anything because I didn't promise anything.
That's fine. I didn't do it to get stuff. I did it because I love the game.
What about an inspiration for everyone, since it's our 4th battle of the day?
I'm stockpiling too. I'm good.
Reach for it. It's up to the GM whether or not he'll smack you down.
Let's roll initiative.
Low.
All right.
Okay. With several of my spell slots.
Yeah, Mavana
I have a
has
couple left.
4 first levels and 1 second level left. So she can totally steal the kill again for all y'all know.
You can do a lot with a first level spell,
Especially as a paladin.
but not with an initiative roll of 11.
Alright, so let's see here now. Ingrid, what did you roll?
Watcher has 11 and I have 12. Watcher's dex bonus is 2.
Alright, Watcher rolled 11, you rolled 12?
Mhm.
Huh, that's weird. Alright, Fairdeer, What'd you roll?
17.
17? Grigum.
8.
Rail.
11.
Ferald.
5.
And Mavana rolled 11. Let's
Party
see.
is
All
clearly
right.
tired, except for me.
And you did say when we started it would be good for me to do an Arcana check because I might know more about this than some of the other people.
Before we get started on
Thank
this, you can make either a religion or
Oh, yeah.
a history roll.
Oh yeah, that's right. We changed. Okay.
Because that buys me time to figure stuff out.
Oh no, it's a 7.
7?
Oh,
Yeah, nope.
For the party or just her?
there's a cat on my deck.
Is it a cute cat?
It is adorable.
Can
wow.
you get a picture of it in the camera?
Uh,
This is more
I
important
can.
than
It
D&D.
just- Sorry,
Yes.
it just went under the fence. That
Put
is
food
very
out for
odd.
it. Go, do it now, quickly.
Maybe. I just hope it doesn't go after the rabbit.
Aww.
Sorry, it didn't have a collar as far as I could see, but it looked pretty well fed.
Okay, yes. Go ahead and make a religion or a history check. Your choice.
I said I got 7.
Oh, Fair Deer was asking if he could.
Oh, okay.
Can we all?
Sure, it's significantly higher DC for y'all, though.
21
Nothing.
history.
Religion 11 plus
Because you have 2 years of
2.
memory.
13.
Nothing.
15?
Nope.
Ah.
The one
Okay,
person
that's
that
fair.
had the DC of 10 got under 10, and everyone who had like a DC ranging from 20
Aw.
to 30 got.
I feel like the dice rolled better before I went back to having a dice roller.
Yeah.
Ah.
All
But
right.
we'll see today.
So y'all were going around the corner. Who was the closest to the corner, and who was the farthest from the corner as y'all rounded it?
I think I was closest to the corner. Like
You
I felt
are
like
faster
among
than
the-
us by like
Yeah.
run speed.
Yeah, I am faster, and I felt like I was one of the first to be like, "What's that?"
I'd been running up pretty quick too because it's kind of like home turf. So I'd say
Yeah,
I'm
I'd be somewhere
probably
before.
behind Grigum.
Yeah.
With Watcher by your side?
With Watcher currently hiding in my cloak.
Okay. Anyone else, or am I just placing you on my mental map wherever I want to?
I'm probably going middle, but I'm still like rushing up though.
Okay.
Probably just behind.
Rail is hanging back a little bit.
Yeah, I think I'd be about middle.
Okay. Okay, so Frizz and Fairdeer are in the middle. Grigum is in the front. Ingrid is behind him with Rel in the back. That sound good?
Yep. Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
And Kay is traveling with Fairdeer. Alright. So, first things first, the woman with the sickly kind of complexion and the grayish bark skin emerges from the thin air next to the flayed creature, lifts her hands up and chants something. A wall of thorns just erupts.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if that's something I'd want to counter?
Sure, go ahead.
Only a 10, but I'm gonna go ahead and use a counter spell 5th level either way, I think.
Okay. A wall of thorns starts to burst from the ground, and with a sudden snap of magic, Ingrid counters the spell. That is her action. She'll use a bonus action to disappear again. All right, Fairdeer, you're up. You see the bone creature is maybe 10 feet away from you. Or, sorry, the flayed creature is 10 feet away from you. You have Ingrid, in front of Ingrid and Griggum in front of you. Frizz is next to you.
Okay. All right. I think I'm going to Hunter's Mark. The frayed creature
Okay.
and attack.
All right, go ahead and make your attack. These are with your normal arrows or bolts.
Bolt, but correct. Oof. I think that's like a 14.
14? Nope, sorry.
Hold on, let me. Yes.
Nope. Your bolts just clatter against the side of the house.
Oh, well.
Oh.
You gotta try, even if you risk failure.
Anything else? I think you have another attack if you want.
Getting K involved or not?
Yeah.
He used his bonus action
I'm
already.
going to,
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true.
going to attack another time.
Okay.
Wow. We've never quite had that happen, but it is clearly a 14 plus 7, whatever that is, 21, I think.
21, that'll hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm sorry, I did not prepare this. Okay. Do 23 damage,
Alrighty.
and that's my turn.
Let's see. Ingrid, you're up. Creature is about 5 feet away from you. Sorry, there's about a 5-foot space between Griggum and it. Sorry, Fairdeer, you're about 15 feet away from it. I need to.
Yeah, I should have moved away now that I think about it. But I
Okay,
said in turn.
So I'm 15 feet away, so it's like it, then Griggum, then 10 more feet than me?
Yes.
And then, well, you're pretty far away then, since you were further back than Fairdeer.
Yeah.
And she was right by it when she disappeared, right?
Yeah, she was right by it when she disappeared.
Kind of want to do the area of effect, but I'm pretty sure it could avoid it. So I'm just going to go with the Eldritch Blast, and I'll go ahead and, you want me to just roll the 4 attacks and let you know the numbers?
Sure.
The first 2 were 18 and 13.
The first one will hit.
Then 15 and 21.
The 21 will hit.
Um, 17 damage and backwards 20 feet. Since we're kind of going around the house at like the corner of the house at an angle,
Mm-hmm.
can I position where I would like throw it back to where she was near it?
It's 10 feet, you said?
20 total, because
20
2
total.
hit.
Yeah, 10 feet each. Okay.
I want to try to push it back through the area that she was just standing.
You push it back through that area, it slides backwards a good deal from the force of your blast, but doesn't seem to impact anything other than the side of the house, where it kind of scrapes up against it.
Yep, she's definitely moved. And I'm going to pretty much Stay where I am. I think 10 feet back from Gregum works.
Okay. So it's 30, 35, 40. Alright. Rail, you, Mavana, and Watcher are all acting simultaneously. I believe it's... What's Watcher's dexterity?
2.
Okay. Rail, you're definitely going first. Mavana is at your side.
My dexterity is also +2. Alright. So...
It's 45 feet away from you.
Right. I am going to... How fast do earth elementals move?
Gonna use in that crystal?
Ooh. Oh, it's got a 90-foot range. Never mind. Yeah,
The crystal lets you cast Summon Earth Elemental, right?
Yes.
What's the cast time on that?
It's like a
Cast
minute.
time. Oh, it was 1 minute. Never mind. I misread it as an action. Alright, scratch that plan. I am going to instead cast a spiritual weapon. Because why the
Alrighty.
heck not? How far away is it again?
It is 45 feet away from you currently.
That is in range of both spiritual weapon and Toll the Dead.
Okay.
So, first off, spiritual weapon attack.
And to think I went through all the trouble of making a token for that spiritual weapon, and it's like, we're doing theater of the mind.
Well,
Very
we're going
handy
to...
when we don't.
We'll have more. I know we'll have more battles in the
Okay.
future.
So
I
first off,
promise you.
spiritual weapon.
I mean, it's D&D. It's going to be battles. It's like,
Spiritual weapon rolls a natural 1.
Yep.
Because that's the kind of morning I'm having.
It just
Summoning
slices
sickness.
right by it with like a whoosh.
Yeah, okay. Well, for Toll the Dead, it has to roll a wisdom save.
Alright. What's its wisdom? +2. That is a dirty 20.
Dang, that... Okay. So, my turn, I do Bupkis.
Well, I mean, you have a spiritual weapon floating for next turn.
That's true. But yeah, that's Rail's turn. Is there anything he can move to take cover behind, just to
Back
take
to
line
the
of
edge
sight?
of the house.
Yeah, he's gonna do that.
Alrighty. Alright, Mavana's turn. She is going to move between Rail and the edge of the house and take a defensive stance. So she's standing next to Grigum now. Ingrid, what does Watcher do?
Watcher is going to observe and look for disturbances in the mist that could be her.
Okay.
Oh, I'm dumb. I forgot. I resummoned Hermes. I never rolled initiative for the bird.
Okay, we'll just have him acting after your turn.
Yep. Or we can just wait till next round, I guess. Like, I'll just roll initiative for him now. He wasn't going to do anything special this round anyhow.
Okay.
So do you want me to roll perception for Watcher?
Yes, please.
And Hermes has an initiative of...
15.
15, okay. What was Hermes' initiative?
7.
7? Okay.
The bird sees something shiny. The bird is distracted.
Okay. Watcher sees the swirl of the mist pulsing from the trees. It doesn't look like there's anything disturbing it. However, more mist than normal seems to be pouring out of the corpse grove. Alright. Let's see here.
That was an action, so he can't do that anyway. Come in.
Okay. It is the Flade's turn. Let's see here. He will use his Shadow Stealth ability. Does anyone have a passive perception higher than 26?
I do not.
Then what?
26.
Oh, no.
Hold on. Does Hunter's Mark...
It'll let you know his location, but it doesn't reveal hiding creatures immediately.
Yeah, no, I only got a 16. I was like, sorry to disappoint.
Okay, so y'all see the creature kind of step back into the darkness around the edge of the house. Faradyr's sense tells him that the creature is still there, but he can't see it or what it's doing. Let's see here now. Stealthy movement. Wow, that was much worse roll. So there's a second where you do not see it, and then the darkness kind of falls away from it as it rushes forward. Let's see here. It's going to have to move. You pushed it back 20 feet, so it's 30... plus 5. Okay, so yeah, it will have to use its full 40 feet of movement to get close enough to Griggum.
Oh joy! I was like,
So it makes its first attack against Griggum. Let's see here, that's a plus 8 to hit. It is 17 plus 8 for 25.
lay it on me.
Alright, let's see here. And then, where's my other d10? Oh well, I'll just roll that one twice. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 piercing damage. Let's see here. And its claws wrap around you, grappling you automatically.
Aha! I was like,
Let's
So-
see.
now that I'm much closer, I was like, is there any additional details about this creature I should know about? I was like,
Make a perception check.
Ooh, very good, very good. So 23. I was like,
23. You notice that it's not wearing much more than like a leather kilt. Its body is kind of what appeared to be bone is really more of a carapace over muscle, it looks like.
I was like,
Let's see here now. And then with its second attack, it is going to use its 15-foot reach to attack Ingrid. And then D&D Beyond just lags.
D&D Beyond is protecting me.
Stay on the desk.
so whether she lives or dies, and it's like,
That is a dirty 20.
That'll hit.
Alright. So Ingrid takes 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 piercing damage and is pulled up to 10 feet towards itself. So she was behind Griggum, so she'll be pulled next to Griggum. Alright, that's its bonus action and its action. It's done. Griggum, you are currently grappled. You have a movement speed of 0. And you can try to make an escape with a either an athletics or a acrobatics check.
that is good to know. It's like, however, it grappling me means that I've got it right where I want it. Because it cannot move without having to disengage the grapple. It's like first. It's like, or at least move to hide. It's
We actually have seen it move in unexpected ways before
Yes.
last time.
yes. It's like, but
don't
I
know
consider it a win either way. It's like it either disengages and leaves me the fuck alone, it's like, or it stays engaged and I get to beat the crap out of it without it disappearing in front of me. It's like, so I am going to perform my unarmed strikes. It's like, actually, no, not unarmed strikes. I have a quarterstaff. It's like, fortunately, I am grappled. I don't think I can use both hands for them, can I? It's like,
It's holding you about the body, but it's not pinning your arms.
okay, so I guess I can use that. It's like, I'll roll both my attacks now. Okay. Ooh. 18 and 17. It's like,
Those will both hit.
okay, so the first one deals 13 damage, and the other one deals 6 damage. It's like, and that last attack hit pretty decently, so I think I will use my key point. It's like to confirm. It's like,
I think you have one left. Yeah.
Patient defense. No, we took a short rest. Like,
Oh right, yeah.
I regained everything in a short rest. So yeah, I'll use one key point to use patient defense. So I have the dodge action as a bonus action.
Okay. We're not going to question how that works while it's holding on to you.
We'll consider it less dodge and more deflect.
We don't know how it works, but it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hermes does not.
Hello, I am a monk.
Hermes does not act on this round because he just got summoned in, and I have apparently learned that I was doing some summoned creatures wrong.
Oh.
Some, not all.
Well, I mean, he wasn't just summoned in. He was summoned in before our.
Did you have
Went
Hermes
down.
out?
He goes down at the magic shop.
Okay, then Hermes can act then.
He was just kind of flying around. All right, Hermes is going to stick with Rail behind the wall.
Okay.
Hide.
Be making perception checks.
Oh, he could. He could at that. In that case, he is going to see what he can see.
Make a perception roll.
What do your spy eyes see?
Perception plus 3. He's got 3 eyes, so he's got plus 3 perception.
Makes perfect sense.
That is a 14.
All right. Yep. No. Hermes sees a lot of darkness and mist.
Fair enough.
I'm assuming ravens don't have dark vision.
They do not.
Okay.
Bats don't have that either. Bats have.
Yeah, bats don't need
blind
that.
sight. Yeah.
Bats have blind sight. All right. Farald is up then.
All right. How far is it away from me again?
Let's see here. You are exactly 10 feet away from it.
Cool. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use my meta magic to bonus action cast Fly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to go, that would be 10, and then 10, which would be 15 diagonally above it.
Okay.
And so I want to be directly above it, and I want to use Lightning Lure to make a strength saving throw, or be pulled 10 feet in a straight line, and above is a straight line.
Yep. You said make a strength check?
Yep.
Yanking him up.
And 17 is the save.
That would be 15 plus 4, 19.
Alright, it saves, so it doesn't move, and nothing else happens. And that was only 15, so I'm going 45 straight in the air.
Okay. You are at the top of the mansion now. There is a solid rock about maybe 5 feet above you.
Wait. Oh, yeah. We're on the ground.
We're underground.
Okay. Yeah.
Golgari.
Cool. And I think that'll be all for my turn.
All right, we're back to the top. There is a distortion in space as the pale-looking woman emerges once more. Let's see, that was her that level. She will use Impale on who hasn't been Faradir. Yep. Faradir, make me a dexterity saving throw. DC 17.
That would be a 24.
24? Okay. Ow. So that's only half damage. You take 7 damage as a spike of wood erupts from the ground, pierces your shoulder, and then retracts instead of burrowing in place. If you had failed, you would have taken double that and been restrained. Let's see here now. Hey, I finally got to use Impale.
Yay!
Yay.
And then with her bonus action, her spell triggers again, and she vanishes from sight.
Son of a crap.
Alright.
Last time we saw her, how far was she from the creature?
She was within 5 feet of Faradir when she reemerged.
And Faradir
Is 10 feet behind you now.
Shoot, we're at the top of the initiative, right?
Yeah. It's
Dang it, and
Faradir's go.
You can't ready something from a previous turn.
Nope.
So never mind, my idea wouldn't work anyway. Okay.
Alright, Faradir, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to. Is it possible for me to back up the full 30 feet, still be in like line of fire, basically, or are there like obstacles?
With the flayed creature, the only obstacles would be your allies it's holding.
Okay. So I'm gonna back up like 30 feet. So I'm. As long as I'm like within 120 feet, that's
Yeah.
all I care about. So yeah, I'm gonna do that for my movement, and then I'm going to attack the flayed.
Okay.
That's a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Oh, why I'm so bad at math?
Ingrid, as the creature is holding onto you,
Sunday.
2 crossbow bolts whiz right by your head and thunk into it.
I'd feel a lot better if I knew Faradir had taken sharpshooter at any point.
I did.
He has sharpshooter.
That's why I said I
Okay.
only care about 120.
Feel a little bit better then.
And
He never uses the -5 plus 10.
13. That's 19 damage.
Okay.
And
Heck was that?
yeah, I'll go for the -5.
On your next one? Okay.
So that's a 17 to hit.
That'll hit. Don't forget to add 10 to your total roll.
Mm. 19, 20.
Yeah. Damn. So, y'all see something that Faradir has never done before? He lines up a shot almost perfectly and just blasts 2 bolts through the thing's chest. So, it goes from looking rough to looking fucked up pretty fast. Ingrid, you're up.
There's
You're
it.
currently being grappled.
I'm going to try to see what happens when I push it back while it's got us. So I'm going to grab Grigum's shoulder to kind of stabilize both of us, and then I'm going to use the scatter shot instead.
Okay, that's a dexterity saving throw?
Yes, it's for 17.
17? Alright, so first one is a 9. That's a miss. Do you want me to do all of them at once? Because...
Do the first two, and then I can decide about my bonus action.
And the next one is a 16. So I think those both hit.
You said the first one's a 9 and a miss. Oh, you said miss is the threshold. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on the first one, what happens when it would get pushed back? Because I don't know if I have to move in between the beams or if we're with it.
There's a weird little physics problem. Like, what happens if you put a fan on a little paper boat with the fan blade pointed at the sail?
So does it go backwards at all or no?
It goes backwards, but y'all go with it.
Okay. I'm fine with that. So since we go with it, that means that it would go 20 and then 20.
Yep. So it's
Let me go ahead.
It's pushed back 40 feet, but y'all are pushed back 40 feet away from your friends as well.
25 damage from those.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope you guys can handle the things back there.
All right. Anything else?
Well, I mean, I've got
Fine.
to... I can do the 2 more scatter shots. I want to see if I can kind of, like, twist it to the side and then go, like, maybe, like, push it into a tree or something, or slightly sideways instead of,
You could probably push it into the wall.
again. Of the house?
Yeah. Because there's a good 10-foot range between the house and any of the trees. Oh, by the way,
Okay, so
Fairy-
we're not at the corner going this way. We're around the corner
Yeah.
going this way.
Yes.
Okay. Did not get that before. Okay.
Sorry, I said
Yeah,
y'all
I'll do
rounded
that.
the corner. But yeah.
So that's 2 more saving throws.
Cool. Let's see here now. That is a 23 and a 12. I'm assuming the 12
so-
fails.
That is another 13 damage.
Cool. You just put your hand against the side of its head and fire your Eldritch Blast scattershot through it. Its head just disappears as it collapses down around y'all.
So I removed the
I'm sure
bone
the
thing
smell
that's
is.
piercing me.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I'm sure the smell is indescribable.
It's not super pleasant, but I mean, there's rotting things a couple 100 yards away from y'all. Real quick, Faraday
Yeah,
ran back 40 feet away from the group, right?
30.
30? Okay.
Yeah, but you were already 10 feet, so...
Yeah, so
Or
40 feet
80.
away from the group. So you are now within the woods by yourself. Because there's only a 10-foot space between the house and the corpse grove. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Well, crud.
That would be a 22.
22? Okay. You feel mist kind of slowly starting to coil around your limbs.
Okay, I head back to the group.
It's not your turn yet. I was supposed to do that when you first moved back, but I was focusing on other things. Sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was back to my turn.
Nope, not yet. Rail, you're up. The bone
Alright, so
creature is dead.
Right, the lady is still around, but she's sneaky. Correct?
Something like that.
Frightened.
I am going to just looking at what's available to me. I used one of my very limited supply of spells for this. Damn it. Alright. And she's acting before me in the initiative order, so I can't ready an action to deal with her when she turns visible. She looked like she had effectively bark for skin. It looked like she didn't look any kind of specifically odd other than that.
Her appearance was naked, pale, looking ill, with bark-like skin in places.
Right. You know what, for the hell of it, hold up. How far away from me was she when she vanished?
The last time you saw her, she was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet away from you next to Faradir. Then Faradir ran back a good distance.
I'm going to move to where she was.
Okay.
And then I'm going to I'm going to use Turn Undead.
Okay. Wow. What's your rage on that?
30 feet.
Okay. I don't have enough d20s for this.
And every undead that can see or hear me within 30 feet.
Yeah, I don't have enough d20s for
Aside
this.
from his protective necklace from Valora, at least Watcher's also out of range, so he probably won't hold it against you later.
Oh, all the people inside.
Did you? Yeah, no. This place is all manner of
Well,
undead.
yes, I know that.
Okay, so what's
Rail
the
forgot
DC
to
on
think of
this?
that. It is a DC 16.
Okay, that's 1, 2.
It's too early for
3,
guests to be there, at least, I
4,
think.
They have to be able to see or hear
7,
me.
8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. That's give me a second. How does your turn undead manifest, out of curiosity?
A giant three-eyed raven spreads its wings around me and shrieks.
Cool. Faradir, you watch as a giant three-eyed raven manifests in the area over where your friends are and shrieks, sound waves visibly passing through the airway. 8 of the trees around you immediately uproot themselves and start kind of moving away from
Undead
you.
trees. Oh. Can I turn off Destroy Undead?
What's the challenge rating level of Destroy Undead for you?
CR 1/2 or lower, it looks
It's
like.
fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, good. I don't want to kill anything with this. I just was like, I can't see her. I can't do anything about her.
Just
she
to
can probably
confirm,
see me.
Just to confirm, that only functions on people on the same plane of existence as you, right?
Each undead that can see or hear you within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom saving throw. I don't know.
If it's what you are, if it's what I think it is, you can still see them.
Yeah.
Specifies it.
She can still
Plus,
see and hear, so yeah.
Yeah, and it would affect ghosts, so which technically are on a different plane themselves.
Yeah, they must make a wisdom saving throw. If they fail their throw, they're turned for 1 minute or until they take any damage.
Then I need
They
to
must
make...
spend their turns trying to move as far away from me as they can, and they can't take reactions.
It's a wisdom check for her, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ah, mother...
Necessarily want her to run away.
Well, that's a 10, so god damn it.
So she's turned if she's undead, which I didn't know for sure, but it was an educated guess.
Okay.
So it works on everything else. Maybe it'll work on her.
Well, she looked vaguely, possibly undead-ish. You don't know.
Yeah, it definitely was an educated guess, and it was a good call overall.
Okay, so, I'm going to need a second, because let me run down what happened. Before, when y'all first saw her, she cast Blink. So she's been popping into the ethereal realm at the end of her turn.
Oh.
She has the ability to travel through plants. So
She's running away through the corpse grove, isn't she?
she's running away through the corpse grove. Blink would
Sorry.
pop at the beginning of her turn, bringing her back to the material plane, where I believe she would be forced to travel as far away from you as possible, correct? As quickly as possible is what it
Yeah,
says?
the only actions they can use are dash or try to escape from an effect.
So we would all have turns before she came back where we would have held actions and stuff, other than Fairdeer and Rail and me, right? Like Mavana and Grigum and Watcher and the Bird would all have held actions, right?
Yeah, y'all would all have a chance to hold your action. The thing is, 1 minute, right? That's how long it lasts?
For 1 minute. Yep, 10 rounds.
Or until something happens.
Yeah, nothing
Or-
can happen to her because
or-
she's blinking out at the end of her
Wow.
turn.
Or if anybody takes damage,
When
if she
the-
takes damage, the turn effect breaks.
She can't take damage because she's only on the material plane during her turn.
Right.
Yes, but wouldn't held actions, like Grigum didn't take his turn, so he could hold an action. He could hold an action for her reappearing.
Well, yes, he could, but here's the thing. Blink, it brings you back within a place of your choice.
Yeah, so she could
She-
go away from him.
She would have to choose to be as far away from Rail as possible. She can't use any actions or bonus actions except for dash and stuff like that, which means she can't use her tree stride ability. But she would still be traveling at 60 feet per turn away from y'all for her turn. Then blink. Another combat round would pass. She would reappear another 60 feet away because far away from Ellen possible, and then travel another 60 feet due to blink. So yeah, no, she's gone.
Yeah, like this, if nothing else, bought us time to, regroup and, shore up defenses, like, in the close future.
Yeah, like she...
I'm not sure if combat is over, but we definitely are like, this is something we have to let people know of now. It's like,
Yeah, I was kind of like, well, we're taking chunks of damage.
Yeah, no, I'm
I
not
mean, speak for yourself, but
like I
yeah,
said,
like,
I
the
expected
thing-
this to take 2 rounds. Y'all did it in 2 rounds, 4 turns.
and like, again, not the ideal situation to have them run off, but at the same time, like, when we consider the objectives to fulfill here, like, this was a good thing to do. It's like,
5
Okay.
hours.
And
Okay.
most importantly, we're still alive. Or
Cute flock of
as
seagulls.
we ever were.
Like, we can't have the most ideal win conditions. And like, sometimes we have to make do with what we get. Like, we had no defenses against what she was doing currently.
So,
But now that we know she can do that, it's like, we can better prepare. It's like,
something super important.
mhm.
Congratulations, you are all level 10 now.
Hooray!
Hot damn!
Ooh.
All right, and we've got like how long do we have until the actual dinner starts?
You'd have to go in to ask.
Oh, we have to go in anyway. Let's get everyone cleaned up with prestidigitation before we go in the door, though.
Oh, excellent idea. Do we level up immediately, or
I'm
do we
fine.
level up like after a long
You level
rest?
up immediately, right now. Go do your
Yes.
level ups. Hey everyone, we're going to take a short break while everyone does their level ups. Hopefully y'all are all like my beautiful wife and obsessively consider your next level well in advance of getting one.
I knew exactly what I was doing with it.
I will use my like drunkard's flasks, whatever it is called. It's like,
The Everfull wine.
yeah, refill wine. That was a potion of healing levels
Yep.
of healing, right?
Since
had this-
I have to heal anyway, let me go ahead and use my armor on it.
Okay.
Hey guys. Hey guys, guess what? I get level 4 spells now.
That
About
first
time.
one, as I walk back to the group, is only 4 healing, followed by 7.
I heal 7 HP. It's like, that's good enough. It's like,
What I'm at. I'll do 1 more. 11 more healing. Topped mine off. I don't know how y'all look.
I'm fine.
Doing all right.
I don't think anyone actually took any damage with the exception of Grigum, Ingrid, and Faradir.
right.
Yeah,
And
I had little
spent time
damage
healing
from
myself,
previously, but
Making sure mine's topped off before we get to dinner food.
Fair enough.
That's-
Alright.
So
fair point.
if I get a level in Druid, essentially I have every single spell, like cantrip. I can cast like all of them, right?
I believe so.
With the thing,
Yeah.
the thing.
I believe it just says it has to be on your spell list.
Yeah, so like that'll be all sorcerer and all druid cantrips.
out of curiosity, Zizaba, like, was that healing meant as an AoE or just yourself? It's like,
Yeah, it's an
I
AoE.
walk back to the group and use my armor.
oh, well, in that case, I'll just top myself off because that was a lot more. Like, I was. Let me think.
It was 22 total, I think.
Like 57 out of 66. It's like, so it's like,
Hey, Mavana gets 3rd level spells.
yeah. No, I'll just top myself off entirely. It's like,
Okay. Ooh, and
That's some good smiting.
with the new level, I now have access to divination.
By the way, it won't matter probably on this one since it's monstrous, but Ingrid never aims for the head.
Okay.
Because she knows that if you want to bring something back from the dead or talk to it or anything, that messes with your plans.
Okay. I mean, y'all saw this one. It dissolved the first time you killed it, and it's dissolved this time you killed it as well.
I just mean as a point of reference, since you narrated the kill for me,
Sorry.
I'm letting you know for future reference that would not be how she would do it.
I figured she just point blank, like double or was it triple tapped? Is like this creature,
That's
like
fine.
right in the chest.
I'll make sure to remember that.
So like, here are the new things. It's like I have 50-foot movement speed. It's like, and I am now immune to disease and poison.
Very cool.
Which is just in time.
Wow. Yeah.
My reckless taste testing and drinking of things has now paid off.
You know what? Yeah.
No wine is too caustic for me. Oh, maybe not caustic.
I have a feeling that's why he lets you take the level up before instead of after the party.
Oh. Okay, so that being said, once y'all finish your
I
level
forgot
ups,
to
let's
prepare.
resume.
I forgot to prepare Lesser Restoration today.
Almost done.
I have to change out a couple features, so mine's taking a minute.
No rush, no worries. Gives me a chance to eat some Swedish fish. Got a big thing of Swedish fish. I've been eating them non-stop. I'm fairly sure that's why my stomach is upset now.
God, I haven't had Swedish fish in a long time, though.
Yeah, I
I
didn't.
don't know about you, but I don't think I ever felt that Swedish fish tasted good.
What were you
Just
saying,
me.
hun?
Like,
What were you saying, hun?
Maybe I didn't change out any spells between the levels. I'm comparing the two builds. I haven't changed out an invocation though. Oh well.
I got watch party set up
Aw.
on the stream, so we can do like a movie night or something if we want to share it with everyone.
Ooh, that sounds like a fun time.
Okay, I think I'm done now.
Alright, I'm good.
By the by, Ingrid, I am playing a warlock in one of my other games.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah. Changeling warlock of a great old one.
Changelings are super fun too.
Yes.
I just finished playing a changeling bard.
Oh, yeah.
These are Swedish fish.
Other
you
games
will.
ended.
Kinda.
Aw.
Maybe we could talk about it on the next chat and chill. We were gonna do some character stories.
But they're kind of
Yeah.
kind of cherry gummies, but not as
Those are
chewy.
nasty.
I love them.
What, Swedish fish?
Yeah.
I don't like them.
I like they're a very weird texture, but I have good associations with them from when I was a kid.
I mean,
They're always just
lingonberry
fun
is
to get.
delicious.
Oh, that's what I. Okay,
Mm.
I checked my chart. It's one more cantrip. That's what I'm missing.
So just to make sure we are allowed to multi-class, right? Cool.
As
Okay,
long
I
as
took
you
a
can
level
explain
of rogue. Noticing the way that everyone's been kind of sneaking around, and noticing my ally has just disappeared. I decided to take a level in rogue. I decided to like try to practice a little bit with my skills,
Right,
while
I
we
mean,
walk in there.
if you want, Rail can give you a few pointers.
We'll see.
Every party
I
I,
just-
end
I
up
learned
in
the
has
secret there.
multiple rogues.
I learned the secret trick. You just take your knife and you just stab it really hard. And there you
That
go.
would be
yes.
barbarian.
The knife goes in the other man.
Ingrid cleans everyone up,
Knife goes
Kind
in,
of
gets them
takes
out.
stock of herself, and since they're near the back door anyway, runs in through the kitchen entrance and goes, Valora, Valora, Valora!
Tears is in the kitchen. He is stacking up what looks like a sort of rolled, balled, fried mushroom that has been dipped in a batter and drizzled with kind of this smoky black molasses. He looks up. She what? Huh?
She hugs him and she goes, it took a long time, it worked. I gotta go find Valora, and then dashes off.
Okay. I'm assuming the rest of y'all are following her.
Grigon is at a little slower pace because he's like being wary, and at the same time, it's like Ingrid's got this. Like this is her territory. It's like she knows what to do. I hope. No, I trust her.
We'll see.
So, just to check, it took y'all
I'll be-
y'all took a minute or two to collect yourselves after the battle, right?
Yeah.
Clean everyone
Yeah.
off. Maybe.
Stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. So you're not running in like covered in battle grime with scrapes.
Yeah,
and
because
cuts
I
and
said I used
No,
prestidigitation
no.
on everyone. And I think that's kind of like when she was taking stock.
Okay. So, Ingrid, you run past out the kitchen, up the stairs to Valora's chamber. Going in, Valora is sitting at one of her chairs in her receiving room. In a chair across the table from her is a pale, sickly-looking woman with bark skin. They both look up from the cup of tea and at you as you enter. Valora smiles, stands, and starts applauding slowly.
Valora, we just fought her. Hey, guess what? It worked. Oh, also, gotta talk to you later.
She comes forward and she wraps her arms around you. She gives you a big hug and she kisses your forehead. She's like, I am so proud of you, my dear. I was worried that you would not be ready for the reveal tonight. But you
I didn't-
once again prove that you are more than anyone could expect.
I may have been a little shy on the details about things like the reveal.
That's okay. I know you will do what you need to do when you must. And she smiles. Now, please come. And she gestures over to the woman, who stands up and walks over to you. She kneels down in front of you, takes your hand, and you don't have any rings, I'm assuming, but she still kisses the back of your hand.
Her gloves.
Her gloves, yes. So, this is Volena. She is the Dryad of the Corpse Grove.
We may have accidentally moved a couple trees while we fought.
I heard the yelling. It is... We will get them back eventually. It is okay. You and your friends did excellent. Very few have stood before the Flayed without quaking and fearing. You defeated him not once but twice.
More than that.
Did get good company around.
You did good trusting in your friends. They protected you and you protected them well. Now go, get ready. We only have a couple hours before the guests start arriving.
It's going to nod and like half skip down the stairs and then look for the guest list to check if Choso's on it.
There is a short list of people that are expected to attend by obligation. Choso is on that list. There are a number... Do you want to read the whole list, or are you just scanning it for Choso?
Scanning it for... We already know that his boss is probably on that list.
Yes. There is...
Yes, familiar names.
Okay. Let's see here now. The names on the list that you would recognize are Chemister Ketrel, Choso, Oeston Glorypelt,
Okay.
Devotion of the Fallen,
Well,
and
behave.
while you don't recognize the first name,
Please.
one Regina Corvino.
Regina.
I did need to talk to her about that later. I just didn't want to while there's a Dryad in there. Oh, hey guys! If you see that Dryad again, don't fight her. We're all good now.
You okay?
Yeah, she was having tea with Valora.
Hey.
Regina, though.
Alright, I guess that's that.
You didn't do too much damage with the undead, right?
No, she said the trays will come back eventually.
Did
I assume
you
they're gonna go soak for a bit and maybe heal up.
Okay.
did you read the guest list to them or tell them who else is on it?
Not yet.
Okay.
Addressing the battle thing.
Okay.
Choso's gonna be here tonight, as well as his boss. And hey, you remember the airship thing? Where the incursion and everything? You remember that person that like checked us over and led us up to the ship? And I forget her first name, but do you remember Glory Pelt?
Odissan. Oesdan.
She'll be
Yes.
there tonight. And apparently Regina Corvino?
That would be your aunt.
Could explain why they had the delegation yesterday, maybe. I hope it has something more to do with that. That would be better. And hey, Devotion's gonna be there. So I mean, what's a
Really?
party without? Yeah.
I mean,
Well, think of it this way. This
Well,
is
that's
a big
something.
to-do. It's like he probably won't be, we probably won't be his major target for the evening.
I mean, there are no arenas in the ballroom exactly. Anyway, so it's probably all cool.
We will have water on hand just in case.
And make sure, and I'm looking at Griggum, that you don't mix up the water with the high grain alcohol.
Listen, it's like both can equally put out fires very well. And it's like
I thought Griggum was drinking brandy from the bar yesterday.
it's when you throw around paint thinner that it's a problem. Capiche? He's like,
If you say so.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you.
And I just assume everybody carries around high grain alcohol for disinfecting purposes.
Oh, also, she suggested we should probably start getting ready.
All right. What exactly
Yeah.
would you do to get ready compared with, say,
Alright.
any other guild's party?
Oh, we should check if Saul ever got the note and sent Fairdear's other suit. And Ingrid checks the vault.
There is a suit in it.
Here, Fairdear. Your Undercity suit.
Oh, and right. What about Mivana's outfit?
Mavana still has her dress that y'all
it's
got her.
Oh, for some reason I thought we were going to go back for it. Okay.
It's wrapped up.
Ignore my brain.
Mavana, you can go primp upstairs with me if you want.
She gives Ingrid a very "what do you mean by that" look before nodding.
Like if you wanted, any makeups or perfumes or anything. There's toiletries and things.
She nods and looks hesitantly up the stairs.
Rel will be fine down here. Come on. And Ingrid heads up.
Priest, if you need
So
me,
where
just
should
and
we
then she
change?
gets pulled away.
Rail just kind of gives her a cheerful wave.
I didn't hear what you asked,
Have
Halo.
fun.
I said, so where should we change?
And
Over at the rest of the boys.
Ingrid is gone.
We've got rooms. I was like,
Y'all still got your rooms from the other night.
Oh
We'll
yeah.
Make it work.
And they're nice rooms. There's about 6 of them. They're just a basic washroom, bedroom with a very small receiving room at the front. Not the large 3 rooms like Ingrid and Valura has.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
would expect to have something the size of Valora. Or probably Ingrid, because she actually resided here for...
I
Ingrid,
guess we'll go change then too.
Ingrid's taking Mavana up so that she could be all primped and have her big reveal.
Alright.
And remember, folks, we don't have to be the loudest people in the room, but we should be unforgettable.
So while y'all are changing and preparing, you start to hear music from downstairs.
okay, wait. Are we good? Okay.
What?
Discord hiccups for me.
Oh, okay. It's like, what the heck happened?
It's very
Anna?
tense dancing music.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey, Mavana,
Yes.
you do some healing, right? Like, in your capabilities?
I can. I'm not very good at it.
Just a heads up. If I look unconscious and I look like I'm fine, but I'm not breathing, I'm probably still just unconscious.
I don't know what to say to that, but okay.
Just nod your head and smile. You work for a bunch of undead.
Well, Mavana doesn't.
Well,
True.
Well, in
Like
around
her, yeah, like she's not unused to undead bosses, so I feel
It's a matter of some debate.
yeah.
All right.
I have a question.
Anyhow, that aside.
While I'm changing, I want to look in that bag with the lead line bag.
hmm
Oh, I did
Oh,
give
is
you
it
the bag
there?
of tricks back. He's like, by the way, he's like,
okay.
All right, thank you. I'll note that down.
I'll.
But yeah, I would like to look in that bag and see what is in there, and see if all the stuff that we had is in there.
Okay, so you take about maybe 10 minutes to inventory, and you're missing about half of the stuff that you all collected. Beyond
Okay.
the lightning crystals.
Hmm.
So half the lightning crystals. I think I only took like one sample of each other crystal. Do I still have all those in there? Oh, okay.
Neither do you have the sample of the mysium or the adamantium.
Okay. Do I have the nodes? Because those
The
were in
nodes
separate
were in a
things?
separate bag. They're still there.
Okay, so half of. Okay, so I have like 5 of those crystals left.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh, well, that sucks. But yeah. I would also like to put all my stuff on and keep on all of my cool museum stuff because it looks nice on
Okay.
top of being professional.
Alright, what does your
Yeah,
apparatus
so
look like
it's here.
anyway?
My apparatus?
Yeah.
Okay, so quick description of that. Essentially, it looks like a very just bulky cane almost, with just tons of little buttons and dials all going down from head to toe. And you can see like there's metal plates that can kind of like shift and move to different places depending on which one is pressed.
And your mysium?
And do what?
Your mysium gear?
Yeah, essentially it connects up to one of the gloves I have on as a tube that connects up to a shoulder piece, like that connects all the way around.
Okay. So kind of like a mantle almost.
Yeah, like a mantle.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Anyone else
I'm
doing
gonna
anything?
wear that over my fine clothing.
Okay. Anyone doing anything else particularly while they're getting dressed?
Rail is going to be just every 2 minutes or so is like, nah, change the outfit. Nah, change the outfit. He's not sure what works best in this context, so he's just kind of semi-obsessively just change it up, change it up, change it up.
I'm doing Mavana's hair. Do you normally have short hair or longish hair?
She has short hair.
Add little mushroom frills inside of it to give like volume and peek through. If she'll let me.
She is basically like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do. Help me, please.
Aw.
And she's going to look so dolled up. I use Mage Hand to help put them in so that I'm not touching her to make her uncomfortable.
She seems very uncomfortable, but less freaked out than she has previously.
Alright.
Okay, well, Griggum is going to prepare himself mentally, like, and spiritually for this dinner party. Is it? Which means-
Spiritually or spiritually? Like spiritually.
He has almost a half dozen bottles of something or other on him. I think we can safely say yes.
Never bet on a goblin to run out of booze.
Doubly so if they're a drunk monk.
Alright. I think I need another sip of coffee.
Excuse me.
Get some coffee. I know things have been weird for everybody the past few weeks. Coffee helps.
Yes.
Coffee is to mortals what ambrosia is to the gods.
Yeah. Which reminds me, I really need to get a coffee maker. I've been having these, like, they have like these coffee bags. It's very odd.
Huh.
It's also expensive. I need more affordable coffee. Coffee for the masses. I don't know. Anyhow. I digress. So. Yeah. Rail is getting all dolled up. Rail is looking forward to seeing what horrible ways we'll wind up getting poisoned at this party. Rail
And now
is really wishing... Oh, sorry.
Even though she hasn't finished carving it, she's just like started on the back section. Ingrid just flips her pearl around where the outer shiny part is out so she can wear her new pearl.
Alright, let's see
And I am
here.
really wishing I had prepared Lesser Restoration today.
Oh, because of the
It actually-
poisonings.
Because of the poisonings. On the plus side, the level up gave me another spell slot. So I have one more spell than I did previously.
Alright.
Can we assume while we're getting ready it's a short rest?
Yeah. That's why I was seeing if y'all were doing anything else during it, or if y'all were just like putting your clothes on and heading downstairs.
I'll take a short rest. I will
Done.
use- There's a short rest button. I'm going to use 2 hit dice. I need to find a d8 now.
You're still not topped off after Ingrid did that
I-
AoE heal? Jesus, I hit you harder than I thought.
It was 22.
Oh, never mind. I forgot that the heal hit everybody. I forgot it wasn't you choosing who to heal.
Yeah, that's why I asked earlier.
Whoops. Sorry. I am full.
Okay,
I
I was
misunderstood.
very like, wow, I almost got him down
okay.
finally.
Okay, I was pretty badly off at some point in that dungeon. But I thought that it was I forgot it wasn't like a healing pool.
Yeah,
I forgot it was just a flat heal.
Before I head down, see if I run into Valora one more time so I can ask her about the Orzhov delegation visiting.
she,
And I am okay if Mavana follows me for that.
Mavana is following you like a puppy.
Aw.
Valor is not upstairs. She is downstairs in the gallery entryway, waiting for guests to start arriving.
Hey, Flora?
Yes, my dear.
I did hear that there was an Orzhov delegation yesterday.
Yes, a night priestess arrived with her retinue. Thank you, retinue. With her retinue, she will be attending tonight. She just wanted to make her presence known.
Okay, you can see after all the other drama how I would be a little bit leery.
I can understand your concern.
Um,
It never hurts to be safe.
the paintings that are down. The walking stick actually reminds me a lot about that stone I was describing to you that I saw in Farkew.
I suppose it is a the one on my father's walking stick. Yes.
She'll have gestured towards it.
It's we should still have it around here somewhere if you would like.
Maybe in the morning if I could take a look, just to kind of get more of an idea. You know, things are so kept in the dark there sometimes.
Certainly, my dear. Certainly. And remember, my father had it for a long time.
I guess I should try to round everyone up. So no, make sure that everyone's not just wandering in at a random time.
That's a good plan. I would appreciate it if you were by my side when the guests are arriving, though. So don't take too long, okay, hon?
Okay, I should at least let Mavana get back to
Thank you.
business.
She kind of nods and goes back to her, making fine little micro adjustments to the displays.
Go find Real first, since Mavana.
Alright, where would she find you, Rail?
Rail is... Well, I figure we still have just the kind of rooms we were getting ready in.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Rail is going to be, again, still just kind of obsessively looking in the mirror. It doesn't look right. Change it up. Looking in the mirror. It's just like, costume change. Costume change. Costume change. He feels best when he is in control of the situation through fashion. When he doesn't know what the correct fashion is, he gets uncomfortable.
There's a knocking on your door.
For like a second, he winds up like half green suit, half purple tunic thing covered in mushrooms, and then he's like, wait, equalize. Come in.
Real, Mavana and I have finished getting fixed up. Did you remember to using your new armor padding?
My new armor padding?
From the tailor's training? I mean, I suppose it's probably overkill, but...
Sorry, Rail's player forgot about this.
The tailor showed you how to integrate armor bits into your armor. Into your clothing.
Yes. Hide my armor while I'm wearing it.
Yes.
I feel uncomfortable without my own armor on right now, but I figure at least you can be a little bit protected.
Yes. If you don't think it'll look badly.
I put on the reinforced corset from the shop.
Well.
It's not the same as, armor, but...
Hopefully you won't need it, but better than nothing.
So what has Ingrid done with Mavana's appearance? Because previously she had been a kind of dusky-skinned, short dark hair, short dark eyes, very plain with no makeup.
Only light makeup on her. But to go with the yellow, there's a little bit of sparkle yellow. So just bits of it on with the eye makeup. And she's got the mushroom frills pretty much woven into her hair.
Okay. And she's wearing this kind of almost taffy yellow dress that hugs her shoulders with a V-cut in the front. Backless with the little fluff pulled out and the skirt re-sewn to hug tight to her hips with a slit going from mid-thigh down to the ground on her right side.
That is a wonderful one. Yes, that is a very, very respectable look.
She kind of one arm across, holding her other arm. She nods. Thank you, priest. She looks around very wide-eyed.
Right. Yes. Right.
All right. How are the rest of y'all getting ready?
I've gotten ready pretty quickly.
Yeah. Grigum,
I'm getting ready by taking my time.
Grigum's getting a little spirited and has his nice clothes out. Fair dear?
Yeah, just changing clothes and kind of primping Kay.
Are you bringing Kay to the party?
Why not?
Does Kay have a fancy collar?
Yes, of course. A cape. Remember?
Oh, right, I remember the cape. Alright, so, after about an hour of prep time, y'all start hearing music from downstairs. Around that time, Ingrid, you went down and checked in with Valora. She said the guests will be arriving soon. This is your last chance for any of y'all to do anything before the party starts.
And Ingrid's wearing a white and red dress with her favorite mushroom, which is the devil's tooth mushroom. It's got little polka dots of it, and they have those little tiny jelly beads on them.
Alright. So y'all are free to emerge at your own pace, at your own time, to wherever y'all want into the house. Ingrid, you were asked to take part in the greeting. That is going to be happening shortly downstairs in the receiving gallery.
Yep.
Alright. So down in the gallery, the many house family artifacts and paintings have been arranged. Valora is standing by the doorway. Tears has put on something resembling a tuxedo with just where the lapel would be a twin pair of shelf mushrooms that mirror how a lapel would work, with a kind of flower cap on the right side. He is holding the door. There are a few guests that you vaguely recognize from maybe a few years ago coming through. Valora doesn't really throw a lot of balls. She's not a "hey, come and celebrate this with me" kind of person. Only large events generally drew these gala events. You hear music playing from in the ballroom, and realize that Tears is not the one playing. And this is the point where the DM urges his players to start doing stuff because he's going to start flipping timers.
So who is
Oh,
playing?
dear.
Oh, hey, we're going to come out of our rooms and investigate?
Yes. Wait,
Wait,
are there other people
Say-
out?
I thought that was kind of implied that we were already doing that.
Yeah, I thought
We are entering the ball.
Alright, I mean, if no one said they were doing that, Ingrid, I'm assuming you're
Sneaking out of
taking...
his
We were waiting
room.
for the
He's
scene
going to
transition.
own this ball.
Yeah, I'm going to be waiting at the entry. I would have knocked on everyone's doors after reuniting Mavana so she wouldn't feel so nervous, and knocked on everyone's doors and let them know I was going to be at the entryway.
Okay. Valora gently kind of takes your hand and holds it in the crook of her arm as y'all greet people. Griggum, where are you heading to then?
Our gathering. It's like,
Alright, so you're
Anyone
heading into the
who's-
ballroom then?
I mean, if that's where everyone else has gone.
Okay,
yes.
well, I mean, there's a
That's where
couple
we were
different
told to meet.
places.
Yes.
There's the entryway gala that some people are taking their time to peruse the artifacts and art there. Then there is the main gala room. If anyone is heading into there, the room has been set up with a dance floor with the occupying the furthest half of the room from the doorway. There is a small little snack buffet of sorts set out just to keep people from, going hungry while waiting for it to be time to be served food. There is a bar along the far back wall with a gentleman with a very thin beard and a red and black tuxedo. Adjacent to the bar are 4 minstrels playing music in a similar garb, and a very tall, very lanky man with kind of messy red hair with the tips just black and a persistent shark-toothed smile and a slight gleam in his eye watching people as he observes the Rakdos workers.
So where did we agree to meet together? It's like our party. Where did Ingrid say for us to go?
Said I'll be at the entryway.
Yeah, I don't think we agreed to meet anywhere.
Huh,
I would like to
figured
go to the
that
ballroom.
Yeah, it's like I figured as a team we would want to get together before we were like, okay, break.
Y'all are certainly able to schedule something like that if you want, either in the ballroom or if you want some privacy. There is the kitchen, there's the green room, there are your individual receiving rooms.
Because if that's not what we're doing, then I'm just going to the bar.
Yeah, let's
Maybe bouncing
the
between the
entryway
bar and the
first.
snacks, but
make our entrance and then split up.
yeah.
Alright, so y'all are entering the group at the same, entering the ballroom at the same time. As you enter it,
We want to make a united front, basically.
I want to be separate from them.
okay.
Aw.
So you'll wait like 5 minutes for them to go in and then follow them in.
Yeah.
Beyond Devotion, being there in his persistent kind of a ringmaster outfit, had a baby with a tuxedo, and then they tie-dyed it black and red. You recognize a decent number of Boros soldiers, a single Minotaur woman, very large in ceremonial armor. It doesn't look like it could take more than a hit or two, but it definitely is some of the nicest looking armor you've ever seen. She does not have a docked tail, but her tail has a number of rings and clasps along it, and she has very elegant scrimshaw worked into her horns, which have been capped with little gold Boros fists. You know, the fist icon of the Boros Legion?
Does she look familiar?
Yes.
Probably, yeah. Make a history roll.
Oh, I meant more like, is she the Minotaur who we met earlier?
Yes, that's
a
Oistan
while
Glory
back.
Pelt.
Yes. Yeah. One of the many people Rail has flirted with.
I feel like I should be tracking that on the wiki.
I mean, I won't say no
mean-
to.
If there's one thing Rail is honest with himself about, he is a little bit of a himbo.
As Frizz enters, he recognizes Kimmeister Ketrel, as well as two of her personal blast seekers. All three of them in this very elegant looking museum toned dress or suit with a long trailing trestle behind her. She has her custom implanted museum apparatus with the two bulbs on the back of her hand, and the one at the back of her head going at full tilt, the orbs glowing and sparking brightly when she moves them too fast, as well as like a visible kind of vibration of the implanted museum light in her skin. Rail, you would recognize a woman you haven't seen for about 6 years. Your mother's youngest sister, Regina Corvino, Knight Priest of the Orzhov, and the two retainers that she travels with.
I thought that name sounded familiar. What kind of relationship does Rail have with Regina? Like,
Y'all haven't seen each other in 6 years,
right?
but she is your mother's sister.
In more ways than one, I'm sure.
I
It's a
don't
family.
believe anyone else recognizes any of the other people there, with the exception of Ingrid recognizing a few of the local quote-unquote nobles of the swarm. People are in the milling phase of this as they continue to arrive and are talking with each other. Now would be a good chance if anyone wanted to approach anyone in particular and talk with them, because this is a gala. It has a strict schedule that is encouraged to be followed.
I do have a question. Can I tell if there's anyone of like higher power, like not higher power, like of that has
Actually,
a
everyone
good
here.
command of power in the group, like in the whole area? Like, can I just tell, like, based on like who's surrounding who, and like other than the named ones?
There are a number of
Social tactics.
Devkarin that are talking to or making exceptional time to talk to Valura and fawn over Ingrid, as well as a number of them that are kind of gathering near the little mini buffet, observing who eats anything off of it and who doesn't, with a bit of silent judgment.
All right,
Ingrid,
cool.
what you said about how the food works again? Is that eating too much implies arrogance or something along those lines? Because you don't have to worry about being poisoned?
When you say poisoned, hold on, let me see here now.
It's more like not eating anything in here, but
A few people look over at Rail and arch a brow.
That
that was his player
spies
question,
murmur,
I think,
shouldn't
since I wasn't there. I was still in the entryway.
Well, aren't we still wearing the spies murmurs?
Ariel?
But that was a player question, so I was answering it.
I
I
mean-
wouldn't be there yet.
If you don't say something's out of character, and if you don't say something's over the spies murmur, I just have to assume your character is saying that.
Well, I
thought he
said
was
what I
asking out of
said
character.
was. So,
I did say Ingrid, so it sounded like an in-character question. I kind of meant it to be out of character, but that is on me.
Note to self: if we are talking with spies, member, we're doing this. It's like,
Unfortunately, I don't always see y'all do that because we don't always
oh,
have
I
cameras.
guess, yeah.
No
Yeah.
worries.
I was hoping
Well,
to make a Monty Python joke. It was like, when I have the antlers on, I am dictating.
I mean, I approve of any Monty Python joke you want to make. Or, wait, Monty
Yes,
Python?
sir.
Monty Hall? I don't know, I'm tired.
Monty Python.
Yeah,
Monty
Monty
Python.
Python. I don't know where I got Monty Hall from.
And now for something completely different. 3 doors. Behind one of these doors is a goat.
you always switch because then you get 66% odds instead of 50.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's weird, but it works.
Yeah.
Um,
I would like to approach Mr. Ketchel.
She looks over and she's like, oh, I
Say
don't know what
again.
that was. Test.
Hello.
Tux, you? Not Tux. Name's hard.
Mage.
The mage.
Demage, you okay?
Yeah.
Tux? No. Fairdeer? No. Brigham? Kind of.
Just running through
Closer.
everyone.
Ingrid, Merle, are you okay? I don't know. More coffee.
She kind of looks up as you approach. The still kind of youngish for a Videlkin woman. Smiles a little. It's like, Pharaoh. I was not expecting to have any other members of the Izzet League with us today. It is. What are you doing down here?
Well, how should I explain it? Things happened. Okay. Talk about this afterwards.
Talk about what?
When he leaves, that's the person I needed to talk to, too, about something.
Yes. So, quick recap.
Uh-huh.
I cleaned up the lab that I was sent to go, research and, detain. And I do have no idea where Lugar is. And some of the equipment that I had retrieved is gone, out of bag. I have been traveling with a group known as the Agency, and in fact, one of the members that may have greeted you is one of them. I do not know much about them. They seem very open about things. It is best we talk afterwards.
Farrell, I do not know what you are talking about. We have no sanctioned labs near here, and I haven't sent anyone to investigate a lab in quite a while. It sounds like you are on the trail of something. I wish you luck in your investigation. May Ms. Nether look upon you greatly with your works.
Deniability.
When he looks like he's
Understood.
pulling away from talking to his boss, Ingrid does need to go talk to Control.
I have one more question for you.
Okay.
Does the name Lugar mean... Have you heard of anyone that works under you named Lugar?
A minor blast seeker, I think? I would have to check my paperwork.
Understood. I shall be seeing you. I need to check some more things.
Okay. It is good to see you. I hope your investigation goes well. Try not to, she leans forward a little bit. Try not to eat too much of the food here. The Golgari do weird things to it.
I am quite aware. I will not be touching most of it. I would like to quickly burst into a sprint back into my room.
Okay. Ingrid, you watch Farrell run away from...
Are you okay, Farrell?
1 second. I'll be back. And then we'll keep going. This is ooh.
Hi, Control. Nice to see you at the party.
She looks at you very, confused. Oh, the little girl. How are you?
Much better after the enchantment breaking effects. My continued thanks for that. That was awkward, I must say. I would not have liked to have still been in that form for such a ball.
Well, please understand, I mean no offense to you or your friends. There was a 12-year-old girl walking around with several men in the middle of a Gruul invasion reeking of magic. I was very concerned.
Oh, I know they thought it was awkward. At the one point trying to get me to guide them around the city, but at the other point trying to make sure they held my hand to cross the street. I think it was a confusing effect for all of them.
She leans forward. Men are often confused by what they want to do around women that they care about. Don't take it too personally.
And she'll giggle a little bit. Well, nice meeting you again under much better circumstances.
It is a pleasure. I was surprised with the coordinates that got called in. I hope that we were some measure of help with the work you were doing.
Well, that's the area they were summoning all the Gruul towards with the colorful effects.
Well, it certainly seems to have drawn most. It certainly seems that it drew most of the hostility there. Very well planned.
Well, nice seeing you again, and I must say I will put in high recommendations for your employee, Farrell. I believe he cleared a whole room with that zombie plant.
I do not know what you're talking about, but
the one who just...
Yeah, no, I know of Farrell. I just don't know anything about a zombie plant or anything that he was talking about. It is nice that he's found a group.
He probably hasn't made his report yet.
It is nice that he has found a group to work with. Please keep an eye on him. I do not know quite what he has gotten into, but you seem to have a level head on your shoulders for someone who... And she stops and looks around and smiles for someone who prefers the underground. we will be, of course, glad allies of Golgarni everywhere. I believe it is, as you say, also of the Swarm.
Very much so. I'll get. I think you still have the agency card. If you need to contact someone above the city to make it an easier introduction for any projects.
Most certainly, we do appreciate any help finding lost equipment.
And Ingrid will kind of nod and turn off to kind of like continue looking around the room.
Okay. Anyone else approaching anyone?
I am approaching the bar, and I am sampling everything.
The bartender looks up and he's like, howdy, how can I help you?
A sample of everything. I'd like to see. I'd like to know what I should get in the future.
Sure. He starts setting
I don't want to
out
clean you
shot
out.
glasses.
I don't want to clean you. Yeah. I don't want to clean you out. It's I just want to sample everything.
He just starts setting out shot glasses and he starts pouring shots full. You feel a hand with very long fingers rest on your shoulder after a moment.
Well,
And I don't quite turn, but I'm but I acknowledge it, and I'm like, "May I help you?" And it's like,
Grigam, my friend. It's so nice to see you again. Listen, I am so happy with the work y'all have done with my little fire opal. She is very stubborn, but you have done a wonderful job. As a thank you, and he kind of pulls out a round metal object and sets it on top of the bar top in front of
"Oh
Grigam.
no, connection drop." And
He's like, so,
"Hello,
can you hear me?
hello." Now it's like, yes. And it's like,
Okay.
so I heard something about fire opal, and then
It's like, you have done a wonderful job with my little fire opal. She does not always get along with people very well, but you did an excellent job. Anyway, he pulls out a round metal object from a pocket and sets it on top of the bar top in front of you and pulls it back towards you slightly. He's like, I think you will find this very interesting and very useful. You and your friends should come by the Murder Coliseum sometime soon. And he kind of stands up and lanks away.
now when you say round, do you mean like flat round or like ball round?
It's roughly the size and shape of a coin. A coin made out of black gemstone.
I kind of.
Not 10.
would
Not
that be
10.
a capital C coin?
We're about to find out. I pick it up and kind of just.
You pick it up and you look at it. On one side is a blank surface. On the other side is what looks like stylized tree growth. And as you hold it, you feel an immediate connection.
Can I deny the connection? It's like,
You can.
I shall do so for now and just simply pocket the coin. Is it?
Okay.
Alright.
So, what was
And-
Rail about to do?
Well, Rael has a family obligation. And is Mavana sticking with Rael,
Mavana is
or-
following Rail like a puppy now that she doesn't have Ingrid to follow like a puppy.
Aw.
She has a tier of people that she immediately follows behind.
Alright. So, and this is his mother's sister, you said?
Yes, younger sister.
Younger sister. Okay. Never hurts to know. He is going to approach out quietly. A pleasure to see you. And wait, her name was Regina, you said?
Regina Corvino.
Aunt Regina. It really has been too long.
She's like, Rail, how you doing? She kind of reaches over, clasps your shoulder, shakes you a little bit, and then pulls you into a hug. She's wearing ceremonial armor, so it is not a soft hug.
Oof. You said she is what kind of priest?
She is a night
Of the
priestess.
Oh, okay. Knight. I'm like, a night priestess is like opposite of a day priestess. I misunderstood that at first.
Yeah, I made that mistake as well.
Hey, man.
She is a
I
Knight
can't feel
priestess.
it any better.
Twilight
a-
Cleric is not official yet.
Because if you have a Twilight Cleric, you need to have a Twilight Sparkle Cleric.
She kind of like
not get in Hasbro
she
copyright.
gives you a literal bone-crushing hug, as in you have seen people that she has hugged come away with crushed bones.
Oof.
Before she lets you go and slaps you on the back again. So your mother told me you're
God.
going to be here. Don't know how she knew it.
Yes,
Didn't
well,
believe it.
I suppose you've heard the big news about
You're getting
my
married,
change
yeah.
of career. Not that big news. No, different news. No, about me coming back to the Orzhov.
Yeah, it was part of like the whole deal. You come back, you get married, and the family reunites.
Oh dear. Did my mother told you this?
Yeah,
Right. There is some discussion still being had, let's put it that way. But it's good to see you. How are things with the whole smiting and tax collecting side of the business?
oh, you know how it goes. You have to make sure that the alms coins go to the people that they're meant for. Right.
Yes.
So
Always
what
to
more needs to be
those most in
discussed?
need.
I mean, how else are we going to get to the vault?
I mean,
Do you have another idea?
uh,
If you have an idea, you can cut your aunt in, and we don't need to mention it to your mother.
okay. Bill hasn't heard of this vault before, has he?
No.
Right, that's what I thought. But don't play dumb around Orzhov. They will only think that you're exploitable. Yes, well, I mean, you have to have plans going, but at the moment things are all a little bit fluid.
I mean, we've had people all over that dock for 2 years now.
Well, yes, but there's more ways to skin a cat than by rolling it in razor blades, as they say.
Do you know where the entrance is then?
Let's just say I have a source who may.
You let me
But
know.
aside from that,
and I'll bring my soldiers in, and you and I, we can pull everything we need out of there, and no one needs to know.
I don't want to cut my mother out entirely.
Oh, no, of course not. But, we find it later, and it doesn't have as much treasure as, the rumors say. I mean, these things happen.
Of course. But besides that, I don't suppose you've met. This is Mevana, my bodyguard.
She kind of looks over at Mavana, looks her up and down. Huh. A little lightly armored to be doing a bodyguard job, but okay. Sure. You said, didn't I train you at one point? And Mavana just kind of quietly steps behind Rail.
Oh no. She is mostly a little bit better armored than this. She has proven to be extremely well trained. So, of course, you trained her.
Ah, well, that's good. I mean, she laughs. It's like claps a hand on your shoulder again. It's like, well, have fun before the wedding, my boy. It's like, I am going to go
Yes.
and find something to drink that won't give me stomach issues later.
Fair.
I recommend this one.
Yeah, so Rail is going to go find Ingrid after that particularly enlightening conversation.
Okay. With that,
Vault? What the hell, vault? Vault?
Faradir, what are you up to other than parading? Are you going to do the doggy dancing contest with Kay? They did on King of the Hill.
Garfield. Oh,
Why you
Awesome.
gotta take the wind out of my sails, man?
All right, what you up to,
standing
Faradir?
around.
I was gonna just dance around a two-step with Kay on his hind legs, but he just took the wind out of my sails, so
Well,
Oh,
it's
my
not at the
fucking
dancing
thunder.
part of the
I'm
night
gonna do
anyway.
that. Doing a little two-step with Kay.
Okay.
Hind legs.
He kind of
Aw.
follows you around. He doesn't really as much dance with you as he looks up at you and he just follows behind you as you move.
No, I
He's
mean, like, he's got, like, his
medium-sized.
paws over his shoulders.
Oh, okay, you actually get him.
Like, yeah.
He's big. This is
Yes.
like doing this to a Great Dane that has the build of a Mastiff. Because he is a
Exactly.
Mastiff the size of a Great Dane. You have something like 80 pounds of dog leaning against you right now. I need you to make a
Your
strength check.
modifier?
Okay.
Way more than 80.
He's a war dog.
17?
17. You go up and you go, oh no, maybe not the best of ideas, but you manage to stay up there. You got him. He's not fighting you. He's looking around very and with that,
Yes, truly, this will give the Second Sight Agency the dignified and established name that they've been looking for. Yes, truly, this is what will establish us as a force in our chosen field, which is dog dancing.
Well, why don't you just hit up Devotion and see if he asks you why you didn't call 3 days later?
all right, we're going on break.
Excuse
Because
me.
they weren't near each other. That is definitely a player comment. Since they were not near each other.
Alright.
All right, we're taking a 15-minute break because we've been doing this for 2 hours.
Alright.
And when we get back, the mingling portion of the ball will be finished, and it'll be the dinner portion.
I have to find Choso first.
I misheard that. I'm like, the melee portion of the ball, next up for ranged.
That's not
Time for
this
the
ball,
archers.
but there are some balls. Anyway, wait. There are some balls like that. You know what? We're going on break. All right.
Alright.
Intermission
See
screen
you all
is
again
up.
in a bit.
Hey, those of you in the chat, we're going to be running a commercial or 2 or 3. Please bear with us. It helps pay for things like character art and me drinking booze on stream.
And off stream.
Hello, lovely people.
Ooh.
Now they can hear me, and now they can see us. See, I waited for Demage to finish waving before I switched us. We're back! Oh man, that was a great first half, right? I had fun. Did y'all have fun?
Sure.
absent the whole having a branch through the shoulder thing. It was
Yeah.
Got healed
a
with
little
soul
maiming
energy.
between
It
the
was all
parents.
fine.
So what exactly was putting a branch through your friend's shoulder? What was that testing exactly?
You're gonna have to find Ingrid and ask her in game if you're asking something weird like that. I don't know. Ingrid would know.
Well, I'm assured that I am informed that some people had interaction or two they wanted to do with other party members. So I guess we should
Rail
get
said he was
those out of the
running
way.
Sorry, Rail was doing what now?
I think you were coming over to talk,
Yes.
looking for Choso, but
About this vault thing. The first Rail heard of it.
Oh, don't let me stop you.
so you see Ingrid leaving Bill, looking about the room, scanning the crowd.
Make a perception check for me.
Got a 7 and Watcher got a 20 because Watcher's Watcher.
Okay. Watcher shows you an overhead image of a Gorgon sitting at a table. Or not a Gorgon, a Medusa, sorry.
You see Ingrid leave talking to is it Kim Meister?
Mm-hmm.
Heading towards one of the tables.
Okay.
Said you were looking for her.
Strike while the
Yes.
iron is hot, Rail.
Alright. Ingrid, how are you enjoying the party? Do you have a moment to talk?
Sure. Yeah, it's going good. There's a lot of people here. I've really mostly been able to see them at the door so far. Something the matter?
Yes, so I spoke with my aunt, Regina.
From the
and-
guest list.
Yes. She thinks that the marriage has a different angle than just reunifying the families. You haven't heard anything from your side about lines of some sort of vault, have you?
I mean, no, the only vault I've heard mentioned is Grigum talking about some kind of vault. The Kraken Tooth was.
Right. And there's no kind of Corvidae vault or anything like that you would have heard of. Some
I
like
mean,
lost
they were
family
kicked
treasure.
out and lost like the family stuff, so
Right, but the way she was talking, it sounds like this might be something that your side of the family has that my side wants back or wants access to.
it's strange.
Strange is one word for it.
Say where she thought it was, because we've been in 6 the whole time.
She said something about searching the piers. Was it she said?
The harbor.
Or the harbor.
Or docks.
And again, she seemed to think that this marriage was the key to accessing it.
I mean, we've lived by the docks, but that doesn't make a bit of sense if it was my family. Families were already separated when yours built the docks. That's why they were famous, right?
As well.
Built the harbor and the docking area and the vault. They built for the Celestia.
May be, but she wouldn't be. My family wouldn't be doing this if they didn't think there was something to gain from it.
The only vault I know which your family built was the Selesnya. I mean, the harbor wasn't even there when the family split. I mean, who's someone wouldn't have hid something? I mean, especially if they thought all their wealth would be taken away and then be banished. I mean, that would be viable, but as far as I know, the harbor wasn't there. Odd, though. Remember I was saying it didn't fit that your mother would want a wedding there?
Did.
It's
Interesting.
the oddest detail. Speaking of odd details, actually was going to say, and she'll be a little bit more whispery, before that spell broke, look very thorn-like. The one in the book? It broke before I got a good look at it.
Wait, which spell are you talking about?
She countered in her.
Oh, yes.
Yes, from the Dryad of the Corpse Grove, apparently.
Good.
Seemed,
That wasn't just a Golgari thing?
I don't think so. I think that's maybe it was easier to counter because I was like, could it be the one we read about? That doesn't make sense. Maybe it's just similar. I mean, Dryads using thorns. That
Using thorns, yes, but discount a hunch that quickly. You never know. You could be noticing something that you don't quite realize you're noticing yet.
discuss more if we sleep in and get breakfast tomorrow. I doubt we're going anywhere else after the party. Do need to find. So, did y'all go get your dance cards?
Dance cards? I was not aware that we had.
I mean, you need to get Mavana on your dance card. It's just one more section of time that she can defend you.
Yes. Let's.
I mean,
let's do that.
obviously, you can't really be ambushed by a dance partner or anything if you're dancing with her. So you need to make sure she's at least on your dance card.
Yes.
Head off towards Choso while he's confused.
And that's that. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
scene.
Okay, Choso is sitting at
Good way to just
Go ahead.
temporarily give Rail a -20 to intelligence. Bring up Mavana.
Mavana, who is 2 feet behind him.
You all get your dance card. So I addressed her too.
Choso is sitting at a table in the back by herself. She's wearing this, it looks like it would be snakeskin, but it doesn't have, like, the snakeskin patterning on it. It looks like some other form of leather that has been custom tailored to her. Her tendrils are kind of pulled back and curled around a maybe 8-inch long rod with a viper head on one tip poking up off the side. So it looks like she has a single hairpin. She smiles with, like, her little fangs at Ingrid as she approaches. Ingrid! My dear, come, sit. I was just, taking a short break before they seat us all.
Yes, coming yesterday, I needed the moral boost a lot.
Oh, certainly, I was already
I didn't
in the
realize
area.
you'd have to be making this trip.
Oh, no,
multiple
I was
times.
already in the I was already in the area. Yeah, it took me maybe 40 minutes.
There was a bit trailing on your message back to Rail about that that's really far.
Oh, no, I was already in town. I was just in one of the, upper wards dealing with something. So she kind of gestures to the, outfit she's wearing. Custom tailoring takes a while.
That it does. And Ingrid will sit by her for a while and chit-chat till they get to their next phase.
Alright, is anyone else doing anything?
Would like to be in my room, like, as I burst off.
Yeah.
Start searching through all my gear.
Okay.
Do I have that document that we were given to investigate the lab?
No. It's missing as well.
Cool. Yep. Huh. Great, cool. I'm going to rush back to the room quickly, like the ballroom, after
Alright.
I cannot look at that. But it'll take time, so.
It's not a long run. It takes you like maybe 5 minutes.
When I get back, I want to locate.
Graham would be at the bar taking shots, and I assume with a black gem coin in his pocket.
Hey, yeah,
Nothing you can see inside my pocket, but
yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up to him, just like, and we need to talk. Like,
oh, sit down. Come on, talk.
so I'm gonna sit down. I'm just gonna like keep tapping on the table like I'm talking. Okay, so
I push
Lugar?
over like a shot of something for him to drink.
yeah, I'm just gonna down it real quick.
Make a Constitution
probably
saving
like
throw,
mine.
please.
See, that is a natural
Awesome.
20 plus 6.
Yeah, you're fine.
26 total.
You're fine.
Have
Goodness.
to worry about that again.
It would be hilarious. Like, I need to talk to you. I down the shot. I pass out.
Okay, so
And Brigham would. It was important. He wouldn't have taken the shot.
Exactly.
so Lugar's been gone.
Right.
Most of the stuff from the lab is gone. The paperwork that I had is gone. Okay. What is the last thing I can remember, Brian?
About what?
I want to go back like each day and just try to remember like what I did each day.
How far back?
The day before started, so 3
Before
days
y'all arrived?
ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before y'all arrived, Lugar approached you with a sheet of paper with orders from Kimster Cottrell to investigate and retrieve items from a derelict storage facility.
So, where to exactly, Brigham?
Cousin. What?
Hey, who are his parents? Do you know? Exact answer.
Like, do you want me to make a roll for this GM, or should I just we
you
consider
would-
this a nebulous joke thing of like, yeah, no, it's like yada da 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 da.
So it actually is yada and dada. No, I'm kidding.
Nada nada.
No, it would be.
I'm soon dead and Uncle gonna bite it.
Let me check my extensive notes.
Wait a
It
minute.
was Tolan and Balin. Sorry, not Balina. Ballina.
Dolan and Melina.
How many times have you met him before?
They are deceased, by the way.
Let's see. Like, past month alone, we've kept in contact maybe at least 7 times. I was like, though usually through correspondence. I think I met him in person, like bar. Like,
You and Lugar meet up periodically just to see how each other is doing. You know that Lugar tends to be closer with Hairkit than you.
yes. Sounds like. Yeah. I that. I haven't really seen Hairkit too often lately, though. Like, well, not at all since the falling out we had.
Yeah, I don't know what else I'm gonna do.
Well, I'm assuming that Gregum said that out loud.
So
Neither.
I don't know what's been going on. Does he have a reputation for like just taking things and leaving?
Nah. This might be rich coming from me, but we're goblins. And it's like,
fair. That's a fair answer.
Also, you share tools, don't you?
Yes, but like this.
Oh.
Taken.
You would know that each of those crystals is worth roughly 500 gold pieces each.
Hmm.
And he disappeared with
crushing
something
power.
in the neighborhood of 9, 10 of them, I think.
You said like the whole big chunks were worth, and that had like more pieces on them. Worth more when they're like divided up.
Yeah, because you can grow chunks off of those.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay.
So roughly worth something in the neighborhood of 5,000 gold.
Oh.
Yeah.
If I had to make a guess, I was like, this is an educated guess. Maybe he needs to buy something off. He got in with the oars off a little too deep. He's like, who knows?
But I know him as well as you do, so I'm going to treat him like I treat everyone else, and just take it from me. Not happy about this.
You do know that, like I said, Luger is closer to Hairkit than he is to you. And
Right,
that
but I've
Hairkit owes a
seen
debt to
Hairkit.
Orzhov.
Yeah, I know that out of character, but I don't think I've met him since the falling out in character.
Well, no, your character would be... Griggum would be aware that, because Luger would have mentioned it at least once on there, how Hairkit is in debt.
Yeah, no, that is.
Family member in
fair.
debt mentioned by the angel.
Yeah, it's like that is a good point. So I'm tangentially aware, it's like, but not from the horse's mouth himself.
Yeah.
Gotcha. It's like, yeah, like, yeah, like, yeah. I'll put that. I'll slowly put 2 and 2 together and be like, maybe he's helping her cat out. It's like, with an outstanding debt to pay after, I think, from falling out. And like,
Fair enough.
we both roughed each other up pretty bad. And like, that's not going to be a fun family reunion, I'll tell you that.
I bet not. I kind of like keep tapping and shaking, like not nervously, but like I guess angrily.
Oh no, like, you have every right to be angry. It's like seriously, that is a natural, complete normal emotion. Here, take another shot. And it's like,
That'll help.
I want
Yeah,
to roll for
okay.
a
Yeah,
disturbance in the party's force. Just-
Okay. First, is Farrell taking the shot?
Yep.
Alright, make a constitution saving throw, please.
All right, that'll be 14 plus 6,
That'll be
so
20.
dirty 20.
You're fine. Ingrid, make a just roll wisdom.
I was mostly joking, but that's a 21.
Your horde person sense tells you that you should talk to Griggum and that he has new inventory.
Hey, Joso, I should probably check on them. I don't think they're used to balls, especially. I remember how much that goblin was snacking on food at that dinner party.
Okay.
I'm gonna go check on him.
Alright, well, it was good to see you. I'll wave at you from the when you're at the big table.
just to reiterate, it's like, this is sampling. It's like Like, I'm not ordering like expensive shot after shot. Like, there's some of them are going to be
It's an
wine,
open
some of them
bar.
are going to be beer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ingrid, you have your poison resistance now, and she's just remembering you at the dinner party, just like standing at the buffet table, half the party. How are things? You're remembering
Pretty
about the
good,
snacks, right?
I know you- Yeah, absolutely. Here, try this one. It's a very lovely fruit flavor. I think you'll like it. It's a wine, by the way.
Usually drink.
Just start.
Strictly out of character. You gotta do. You're an undead who doesn't drink. You gotta do the. I do not drink wine.
Your boss seemed. I tried to give you a good recommendation to your boss. Didn't go as expected.
Yeah,
we're trying to
I'm
unravel that right now. It's like,
it's a whole mess.
thinking that like my good cousin may have skimmed a little off the top to help another cousin. I was like,
Will you get in trouble when you need to turn in all those samples then?
I don't think I need to turn them in then if we weren't hired to do anything, we weren't assigned to do anything, and
well, think of it this way: it's like if these are samples that weren't asked for, it's like, but are still valuable, you get a bonus.
that is fair.
Yeah. It can't rain all the time. It's like,
Might be safer that being handed into people anyway, but I must still caution you about it. There maybe a way to study it safely that Laura was gonna teach me. Will you still be here in the morning to talk?
Yes, I believe I will. Don't have anything else better to do.
Oh, I just feel half like I've kidnapped you, so I feel slightly bad. Especially knowing now that attack was more of a triggered thing and not necessarily a wild danger. Hopefully you finding all that stuff will make it up to you, though. I mean,
Yes.
especially if it's stuff you know the value of and could sell easily.
So you mentioned that the fight with the flayed beast was caused by you?
By me per se, nor with my knowledge, but apparently, something meant to trigger an ability? Don't think
trigger
With-
or test. It's like,
trigger, apparently. Don't think we were in so much danger as we thought necessarily with the caster herself, especially since I found her drinking tea with Valora, but I do feel rightfully bad about that. But at least if those are things you don't have to turn in and quite valuable, there is that. And mentioned needing lab space if you wanted to go by some time to work on testing the key to make sure it was safe. Come by the agency.
Sure. Let's can I accompany you to attempt to learn the method of experimenting on this key?
Are you experienced with magical rituals?
It'd be that hard to learn.
I can see if I was going to talk to Valora in the morning to see if she would me herself, knowing its dangerousness, something that would just find out more about it without being in constant contact with it could be useful practice.
By the way, have you heard anything from Cathal?
No, not. I mean, we did the. She does like an eye motion. We did that attempt to contact her earlier by note, and Ingrid will kind of make a bit of a face to mean she doesn't mean by note. we did try to check with her earlier, but oh yeah, we got Fairdear's suit back, so she must have eventually read the note.
Yeah.
I mean, she would be
Someone
the
did.
one that could access that vault.
True enough. I was like, out of character, I think the GM said that I have new inventory now. I was like,
But I think that was a joke about me having inventory sense. Unless that was real.
He has a black gem coin.
I know he does, but like, is that a joke about Ingrid would realize he has new inventory? I don't have detect magic going on or anything.
she is the big interdimensional space pocket. Like, I just have a suit.
But it's a nice suit.
Yes, it's a very nice suit. I was like,
Don't think
She's
I
not
would
that nice.
know you have it since I was across the room. You can bring it up if you want.
out of character that I will bring it up, but this is not the place to do it. It's like,
Okay.
right now, I am fully like probably the best person to keep it on guard for the time being.
Did Fairdear dancing with the dog while I walked past?
No, he did not visit the bar.
Okay.
Asking if he was drunk at the time. It's like, if he got an alcohol, it wasn't from here. It's like,
Sure, everyone thinks it's started amusement. I'm sure.
alright.
Fairdear is just naturally high-spirited, and that's wonderful in its own way.
Probably started dancing and probably would have noticed all of my companions gathered up at the bar, so yeah, we'll join them.
Kay
Well,
is
like,
very
two
glad
of
to
your
stop
companions-
dancing.
Two of your companions at a bar, and then the one hanger-on that we accompanied. Is
Isn't it? Fizz.
Give me that again.
I
Sorry,
figure
is Fizz
Rail
still
will.
there?
Rail? I believe Rail and Mavana are still in the area, yes.
Yeah, I figure
Anyway.
Rail and Nirvana could join everybody else once they have the dance card set up.
Okay. You get given a dance card by a Karen retainer who shows you how to set it up so that yours and Mavana's cards are matching.
Aw.
There are
You did-
4 dances scheduled for tonight.
Alright, but what is Farrier trying to do? You know,
Mm.
It's card.
Okay, you
Am
are
I in
given one
trouble?
at no. Like there is a line of people going up and requesting one, but there's no one like handing them out at the door. It is very much a voluntary thing.
Okay, good. Break some sort of Golgari tradition. Dancing with my dog.
Close Farrell, if you don't know any of the local dance steps, you're come to a dance to get the hang of it. I need to go get one of my cards in case anyone asks.
But I mean, Fairdear, surely you didn't forget your Lederhosen. The traditional Golgari Lederhosen for the welcoming dance? Briefing packet.
What briefing packet?
Heck.
Lederhosen?
Uh,
Ingrid, I mean,
inside.
Go ahead.
I'm confused.
Where's my character sheet? That is a 17 deception.
Just gonna go grab her dance card and then head back over to chat.
There are a few Devkaran that see Ingrid get a dance card and approach her and request it to be put on her card.
You know what? While everyone else is distracted by this nonsense between Rail and Faradir, I was like, I think Brigham is going to slip off and grab a dance card, come back, and then be like, "What?"
She'll be like, 1 second, I do have to make sure if well, did you want one to get used to a dance to get used to Undercity dances, or should I just
Choso pushes a couple of them out of the way, reaches out, takes Ingrid's card, and writes her name down on 2 of the dances and then hands it back.
What is that then?
them, huh?
So she'll get a card.
Did you want to dance to get used to the dance patterns? Or are you good?
You're asking Gregor,
Sure.
right? Or
Oh no, I asked Farrell because I know
Farrell,
that
okay.
he would be not be used to Golgari dances.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
And then I'll get a dance written on from whichever Devkaran approached me first as the other slot.
all right. That would have been who has the higher dexterity between them.
Because she's not like a person in particular. Oh.
That would have been Voneth. He is one of the Golgari who oversee the rot farm for Valora. Vonith.
I'll be pleasantly surprised if I find someone of my own height.
There's a few kids.
No.
I'll go get a dance card.
Are you just
Have like
writing Kay's name on all the dances?
Choso, Voneth, Choso.
Yeah, she wrote down her name for your first and last dance.
Okay.
Stop the first one.
Like to dance? Frizz?
Sure. That sounds like a fabulous idea.
And the thing is, Griggum could probably really dance.
Yeah.
No, let's have Grigum do it with K.
Right. During this time, attendants are starting to filter through the crowd, asking people to find seats. One of them places a hand on Ingrid's shoulder and gestures to the large central table that's placed immediately behind the dance floor. He's Miss Omaroma is waiting for you to take your seat, ma'am.
Yes, of course. Last minute pleasantries. You know.
Certainly, I understand perfectly fine. And then he moves off, and it's like he places a hand on Faradir's shoulder, and it's like, if you could please find a seat with anyone that you have enjoyed their company tonight. Before moving on and putting a hand on Rail's shoulder and whispering in, a package has been left for you in your room. Before moving on to the next person.
But ultimately, we'll grab probably a sample of the one drink that he liked the most, and then carry it with him over.
There's a couple really good drinks. You end up settling on one that is lightly sweet, has a just barely there sour undertang and overnotes of rich chocolate and warm plum.
Yeah, actually, before I move, I'm gonna ask Grickham what wine he recommends.
Among the wines, I'd say like, ooh, one of the reds was definitely very good.
There is a
Say-
single bottle of a clear. There's a single clear bottle with a label of a green slime stylized on it, and a kind of greenish liquid inside of it.
No, no, that actually was very good. I was like, you want to try that? You want to try that one?
Did Greg
Great
actually
check.
try that one?
Oh yes, absolutely. It was like I have I think a couple of bottles of it. It's like,
15 history check to think if Grickham is doing some insider trading here.
Okay.
Rail is going
Brigham
to
doesn't believe he is.
all this goes on.
I'm sorry, what's Rail doing?
Take the drink.
Rail is going to check his room while all this goes on. If it would be odd for
Mavana
him to-
is tailing behind you. Inside the room, on top of the bed, is a small, maybe 2-inch by 1-inch by half an inch square package.
Interesting. Going to. Ivana, if you wouldn't mind, this may be something a little bit private.
She's like, oh, okay, and she goes and stands outside.
Okay. I'll be right back out.
Of course, priest.
I hope it didn't just hurt her feelings. Yeah, what's in this package?
Opening up, there are 2 spies' murmurs placed side to side inside of it.
All right then. All right. Milana, never mind about that.
She
I
comes
believe
back in.
I believe we've met with some tacit approval. Here, try this one on for size.
She looks at it
Hands her out.
like this, and she kind of winces for a second as it tunes. She's like, huh. That
Yeah, sorry, there's a little bit of feedback to begin with,
buzzed.
but so yeah, message over the spies' murmurs to everybody else. We have been with a couple more of these. Suppose we must be doing something right.
Because he doesn't have one yet.
I have it
actually
yet, but it's
forgot
here.
what we did too.
Is it back like for Reeve coming back?
Something you notice, unlike the ones that y'all are wearing, Mavana's, when she puts it on, blends in with her skin tone.
Interesting. It's like one of those bodyguard wires. Right?
Hmm.
But, yeah. Now, Mivana, back to the party?
She's like fiddling with a little, sure, priest.
Please. When we're at a party, it's just rail.
Okay. Certainly, she nods.
He doesn't bite, unless you ask nicely.
So y'all return to the
All
party.
right, so yeah.
As y'all return, people have been taking seats. Choso, Ingrid, you would see her at one of the frontmost tables, whereas Kertrell and Odessa are both at tables that are farther back along. Ingrid, you are given a seat at the main table. Next to you on your left-hand side, so you're seeing on her right side, is Valora. And on Valura's left-hand side is that kind of sickly-looking dryad. She kind of lifts a glass and taps it lightly. As attendants go through the room and set glasses on each of the tables in front of all the people. She's like, tonight has become a very special night. I would offer a toast to you who are friends of the Swarm and who are members of the Swarm. My daughter, the brightest soul I have met in my long, long life, has achieved something that she has greatly worked towards and well deserving of. And so this party is in celebration of Ingrid Omarona's ascension. Not just to the rank of shaman, but to the highest order that one can achieve within the Swarm. And then she downs the wine. Or champagne.
For one horrible moment there, I thought it was going to be in honor of her engagement. Thank goodness. Okay. Oh, bottoms up.
Ingrid has that kind of like parade wave face on.
Alright, anyone who
Post
drinks,
smile
make a
kind of thing.
Constitution saving throw, except for Grigum, because I don't like wasting time.
Constitution saving throw.
Probably need to too, because I would need to toast at this point.
Mm-hmm. 1? Okay.
Natural 1.
Beautiful. What's your grand total?
My total is 4.
Nice. Alright.
Here.
At my party.
12.
No, Rail will embarrass
Like a
himself at the
champ.
party.
Okay, Fair Deer, what'd you roll?
From my camera.
18.
18? Alright, yeah, y'all are fine. Rail, you're poisoned. For the next hour,
Yay.
you are experiencing intense stomach cramps and nausea.
Ooh, not the fun kind of poisoned.
No.
Oh dear.
23 for
You're
anyone
drunk.
listening. 20 plus 3.
I thought he was just going to get tipsy,
Yeah, no, everything here is mildly poisoned.
including him. Alright. I can roll with the punches. That punch hit me back.
Mavana
Oof.
takes a single sip. Oh, a priest, you should not drink this. And she kind of nudges your glass away from you after it's empty.
Yes, thank you, Mavana. I'll be all right. Oh. Oh dear.
About this time, food is being brought out. Small plates of stacked with with ramekins of roasted meats and shredded mushroom, dipping sauces, a very thick loaf of bread, and various small toppings, garnishes, shredded vegetables, egg sliced thin. Basically, it is rip off a piece of bread, either dunk it in a sauce or take some of the stuff out of the ramekin that you like and put on the bread and eat that way. Golgari meals seem to be very communal like this.
They're probably poisoned.
They are. Anyone who
Alright.
eats, please make me a Constitution saving throw.
21.
You're still fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine too.
10.
How much?
I was already poisoned.
What?
Ingrid's eating, but just a little bit because she's realizing she's not actually hungry.
What did you roll, Fair Deer?
17.
Okay, you're fine. What was Rail's roll, or is he not eating?
Rail is not eating.
Okay.
Already got an upset stomach.
Tiny bit because I'm realizing I don't feel hungry, but I only got a 9 for my tiny bit.
All right. While you're Ingrid, while you're eating, Valura sets a odd-looking key on the table and slides it towards you. It's like, I know it is not as interesting as the key you found earlier, but... And she reveals it, and while the front of the key, it looks like just a normal skeleton lock key with the teeth, the back of it appears to be like a small tuning fork. With this, you may...
It look.
Hmm?
I was just going to ask if it looked like the pattern that the dragon used to send us back.
It is a different pattern. She said,
Okay.
With this, you may enter my shadow months.
Can you say that again?
With this, you may enter my shadow months. MANSE.
Like a place. It's like,
When you-
word of mansion, I think.
Tried it as a key with the tuning fork. I thought she would be like, I bring you the key of D minor.
This actually has very strong feelings of like almost a debutante ball.
Interesting. I'll have to give it more of a look later.
You are welcome at any time, and you can use anything there that you need. Just if you take your friends there, make sure that they are behaved and beware the dogs.
And in the morning, I think we could. That clay imprint thing works.
I will stop by the mounts, and I will leave it in the reliquary, and you may study it at your leisure. Will that work for you?
Yeah.
Excellent. You are, of course, free to use the laboratory as much as you want. If anything gets used up, please just leave a note for me, and I will make sure it gets restocked.
Ingrid nods because she doesn't really know what the setup is yet, so she's kind of nodding along and kind of just taking mental notes.
She smiles and leans forward and kisses Ingrid on the forehead. It's like, I am so proud of you, my dear. It's like, you'll notice that Valora is only eating small bites, too. She's not eating very much, just the same as you are. The rest of y'all, the food is quite delicious. There are a few people going from table to table comparing dance cards and writing down information. As the meal progresses, more ramekins are brought out of sweeter things, like jams, jellies, custards. And the next loaf of bread that's brought out is not so savory as it is. It's almost like a very tough cake of sorts, where you could easily dip it and scoop sauces and eat the sauces off of it without it losing its structure and becoming mush. As the final progresses, a single cup is placed in front of each person with a almost black and slightly thick liqueur of sorts with a cherry red mushroom adorning the glass.
That's the way poisonous.
Hmm?
Says definitely poisonous. I want to give it a sip.
Okay.
Hold on. Trying to make sure anyone else is taking a sip first, and this isn't like ceremony something, you know?
There's like a few people that are actually eating it with a spoon. A few others that are sipping it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'd like to give it a little sip.
All right. Like as it touches your tongue immediately goes numb. You feel this.
Twetting.
Huh?
So into Weston.
It is this rich, kind of tobacco and coffee flavor with just a undernote of bittersweet chocolate.
With just an undertone of cyanide.
I'll
That's why
put
I'm
it down.
specifically not eating the sweet things, is because
Here's the thing: you
a
notice,
lot
like,
of serious poisons that you use in sweet things to cover up the taste.
it's almost like an aperitif as it clears the sweet from you. Anyone else drinking or tasting
Rail's
any?
going to give it a shot.
Cool. Rail, you're no longer poisoned.
Oh, thank goodness.
Ingrid's just been having like the tiniest sample of everything, so.
Ingrid,
no,
you would
this
recognize
is-
this as a panacea.
Not used to eat, and it's very weird.
It is meant to, act as a curative for anyone that may be poisoned at a ball. Because you don't want drunk, poisoned people dancing on the dance floor. And you'll notice that only the people that picked up dance cards, are given this.
All right.
Lucky for real, right?
Very civilized.
Does it get rid of the buzz?
Yeah.
Oh.
It is essentially a lesser restoration. But instead of just removing one condition, it removes all the conditions.
Okay.
So you're no longer poisoned. You're no longer anything else that the Greater Restoration would cure. With that, Choso approaches the table and holds up her card. Miss Ingrid, I do believe you owe me a dance. Or two.
Ingrid will chuckle and get up.
It's like, who else had anyone on their card?
Do I know?
So, Rail and Mavana definitely have each other on their cards.
Mhm.
I'm still not entirely sure how Catan's cards work. So correct me if I'm dumb about it. Yeah, Rail and Mavana will dance, and I don't know who else would be interested in dancing with either of them.
There, dear.
Okay, so first dance. Who had what? Who had a person on their first dance? I know Ingrid had Choso, and Rail had Wow, I can't say it anymore. Mavana. All right, Fair. Who did you have? Oh, right, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, we're together.
Y'all are okay. The Fairs are together.
The Fairs together, yeah.
Gregum, did you have anyone on your dance card for the first dance?
I don't think he picked up a. Oh,
See me pick up a dance card,
sneaky.
Ooh, sneak,
but I
sneak.
mostly just kind of left it open for interpretation whether or not he got anyone or not. It's like, if you're asking me, it's like,
Yeah.
I'd say the funniest thing is no, and that he pretty much is just dancing by himself. And it's like,
That's fine. There's like 3 or 4 others that are up there doing that as well, including Odessa, the Minotaur.
he is fully prepared to do all sorts of like dances from cultures that do drink a fair amount, like those Russian.
All right.
Here's the real question. Does Devotion have a dance card?
Y'all haven't seen Devotion since he gave the coin to Grigum.
Oh, dang.
Oh, 'cause I was doing greetings and just with his staff.
I don't even know who that guy is.
I mean, the thing is that he handed it to me, and he is far bigger than any of you guys, and far bigger than me. It's like, so he probably loomed over me and then placed it in front. Like, probably the only person who probably saw this was me, the bartender.
Yeah. And y'all, Ingrid, did not see him enter. He was already there.
Keep losing what you say a little bit.
Yeah, you're having a little bit of a lag on your thing. I said Ingrid did not see Devotion enter because he was there before she arrived, and no one saw Devotion leave.
Well then.
But if he was present, it would be pretty noticeable.
Yeah, he's like 6'10", 7'10", I think.
I had him at like 7'5", 7'6".
7'6", that's it. Yeah, 7.5 feet tall. Yeah, he's a big ass motherfucker.
Like 2'6" or something.
Yeah, he's as tall as the Minotaur.
Oh,
Nearly as cute.
I was about to say Grigum? It's like, no, not Devotion. No.
It took a second too. Like what? Oh.
Misplaced modifiers. Okay, so the fairs are
Gigantic
dancing.
goblin in all of creation.
We're equal height, right?
Roughly, I believe so.
You would take the tentacles, yeah.
Okay, so Rail, Faradir, and Farrell are all 6'2".
Mavana,
Up to 5'2".
yeah, Mavana is slightly taller than Rail, which makes it very awkward because she expects him to lead her in the dance.
Wrong with that.
Formal occasions.
The first dance is a waltz.
I mean, you can lead if you're a little bit shorter.
You're a foot
It's slightly
shorter.
more difficult, but wait, a foot?
Nearly a
Shorter than
foot, like
Mavana?
9 inches. Mavana is tall.
This is a
not.
full
7
Tom
feet?
Cruise, Nicole Kidman situation.
Yeah,
here.
she's like 9 inches taller, almost a full foot taller than Rail. Let me pull up her
7
thing.
feet tall.
Let me pull up her thing. I think so.
You
Oh,
said
6'8".
5'8".
6'2". Sorry, I was off.
So she's the same height.
It's
Okay.
an inch taller than him, not a foot.
Hey, I have
does
a
that-
lot of characters and information to juggle.
Not that I would have a problem with it, but that is awfully tall for an elf.
Mavana's a
that
half
is-
elf.
Taller for a half elf. Like, you get my point. That's like, elves are not usually in the 7-foot range.
Hey,
in
you don't know
most
what her other
settings.
half is.
True.
All right, the fairs are
Right.
dancing. Mavana and Rael are dancing, and Ingrid and Chosa are dancing.
I feel like you're trading off like who's in lead and doing like exaggerated waltzing movements
yeah,
a
it's
little
very
bit
much
and kinda
a classical waltz. So there is a period of time where like you're dancing with some random person that you don't know.
It's fair. Can we like roll
Maybe
performance to see how good we
As
do?
long
Yes,
as it's
please.
not Regina.
No,
All
she
right,
is not
let's see.
dancing. In fact, make a perception roll in addition to that performance roll, Rail.
Roll. Okay. Perception was a natural 1. He has a passive of 22.
Yeah, but this is a
Performance
little
roll
bit going on.
is- Performance roll is not terrible.
Okay, my important question: did anyone roll lower than a 5 on their performance roll?
Yeah, I physically can't do that.
Because Choso did.
Can you cover for her a little bit with her 16?
Yeah, a little
Sure,
bit,
so.
but it's a little awkward because Choso is like actively trying to lead Ingrid.
The best she can.
And Choso, during the dance, she smiles. It's like, congratulations so very much. I'm sorry I've spent so much time telling you to stay away. If you would like to visit more often, we'll be happy to have you.
Yes, with the business, I admit we've been dreadfully busy anyway.
It's perfectly
Uh,
understanding.
I do owe you a trip to the garden sometime soon.
I'll be ecstatic to show you my garden as well. Alright, Fair anything while you're dancing with, Farron? Ferret?
Yeah, sure. So 21.
Nice. So, yeah, no. Classic waltz, not a problem. Mavana awkwardly holds onto Rail, just kind of letting him guide her through the waltz, and she kind of stops when she gets passed over to another person for a moment as part of the dancing before she resumes when they trade back. She seems to handle the dancing part okay, it's just the social organization of it throws her off. Did anyone have anyone on their second dance?
Well, I do actually. Yeah. Third for some reason. I was like in my head. I was like, first is nothing, or first is second is nothing. Third is then us. But yes, we do have to dance together.
All right, Farald.
I mean, if you really don't want to.
No, I do want to.
I just thought I was making an overture to a visiting member from another guild, but
Griggum, how did you wind up on my dance card?
that was a nat 20 for the second one.
Well, you aren't on mine.
Oh wow, that was also a nat 20.
So 29 for Ingrid.
25 for me.
There is like a hushed moment
Territory
that
now.
falls over the crowd as Ingrid and Farald take the center stage. The other dancers fall back to the side as the music plays a kind of slow, almost languid beat of the two of them dancing back and forth. Neither really leads, neither really follows. It's more of a collaborative episode of moving from one direction to another, from one move to another, building a quick rhythm of steps and turns before the music comes to its highest point and then starts dwindling into a slow little downbeat. So anything I want to do is involved in that.
Pleasant dance. My apologies for. You might need to find your pace down here.
No, I for the most part, and we have a very good rhythm. Doing this with me.
In the second dance, I'm gonna ask Choso if she would like third.
Choso looks up, looks at her card, and is like, I suppose I don't have anyone on it. If you look at the card, the only thing she has filled out is her first and last dance with Ingrid.
Okay.
Alright, so
Obviously.
Rail tried to dance with Griggum, and Griggum said no.
Aw.
Is what I got. Alright.
Sorry, bud.
Get over it somehow.
On to the third dance.
Like, we make a little scene about it, but no.
During this dance, Ingrid, you're dancing with the Rot Farm Overseer, right?
Yes, Voneth.
Voneth. Okay. Going to have to roll these twice. Voneth rolled a 4.
Non-natural 20.
You clearly outpace him in every step. After a while, you stop, giving him a chance to lead and just lead him through the dance of a very... The past two... The first one was a classical, while the second was more of a slow building rhythm. This one is really more of just a strong, fast drum line of sorts. Faradir, what was your role?
That would be a 19.
19. You and Choso are evenly matched then. She kind of takes your hand. She doesn't so much let you lead as she...
I was kind of figuring she does it.
Yeah. She dances with you at trying to keep the pace. It's a pretty fast beat, but she doesn't seem to be terribly troubled by the quick movements. Your agility being what it is can easily handle, though there is like a time or two you have to use your extraneous appendages to help with pivoting.
The tentacles and the tendrils.
Yeah. At the end of it, she's like, huh.
Too.
You are better at that than I expected. And she kind of gives him a pat on the cheek. And no one else had a third dance. So then to the fourth dance.
Well, I was going to say, Rail is going to the room briefly when he finds a slightly just someplace he can be, not counting Mavana, cast Thunder on himself.
Cast what?
Why the hell not?
Eagle Splendor?
Enhanceability.
Oh, Enhanceability.
Eagle.
Okay. Eagle Splendor. Okay.
Why the hell not? And he's going to ask, Glory Pelt, was it? The Minotaur? If she has your on her dance card.
She does not have anyone on the dance card. She had 2 dances by herself, and that was about it. Kinmaster Cottrell is also on the dance floor at this time. This final dance is another classical waltz, though this one much longer. The Kinmeister is dancing with a Vidalkin with a kind of silvery lines tattooed into his skin. Odessa.
Between dances, can I ask Mavana for the fourth dance?
Probably, yeah. Let's see here. Make a persuasion roll for me real quick.
You're still after Rails, girl.
Well, he's dancing with somebody else. That's an 18, I believe.
Okay, that. She's like, I guess as long as we stay where I can keep an eye on Priest Corvino.
Okay.
It's like, okay, let's see here now. So.
And Ingrid uses guidance on Choso since she's guiding the dance.
Okay, Ingrid and Choso. Ingrid, please make your roll. Choso, wow, rolled bad.
A 13 on this one.
She matched
did Choso
yours.
get the guidance?
Yeah. She rolled an 8 plus 2 plus 4. So for 14. So she rolled pretty equal to yours. Y'all are both feeling a little like, okay, we've been dancing for an hour, this is getting kind of old. At the climax of the dance, Choso puts a hand behind Ingrid's head and presses her forehead against hers. You can feel like her little tendrils kind of pressing over to the side of your face. She's like, I've missed you, Ingrid. It's like, it was good to see you and talk to you again. Alright, Rail. Roll performance for dancing with the Minotaur.
With advantage.
Okay.
That's an 11. That is... Okay. How does a dirty 20 do you?
Significantly better than hers. She is... Lumbering is not quite the word to use for it. She is large. She is very much focused on melee strength. So she has this kind of utility strong as opposed to muscle builder strength. The ceremonial armor does not help much in that it is not actually, a dancing dress. But you still manage to go through paces with her fairly well, and she's like, "You are a good warrior and a good dancer. You should come by the
Appreciate it.
garrison occasionally. We could use someone to show the quick blades how to fight."
Aw. We'll have to see about that.
Fair dear, what was your
Should
role?
we,
Did you hear me? Fair dear. What's your performance roll?
14.
14. What was her dex? I closed my Ivana sheet for some reason because I'm an idiot. It's almost 3 o'clock, so I started shutting stuff down. Why would I do that? Where is my brain?
Brain. It is the way of things.
You know what really? I want to shoot a lightning bolt in the middle of the room.
Jesus Christ.
Oh no!
That would have
Start combat.
an interesting
That
reaction.
would have.
-1.
Time to roll
Okay.
characters.
She rolled 11. Mavana is physically there, like her body is dancing with you, but her attention is all on Rail.
I just kind of imagine that, like, her head is just like on a swivel constantly towards Rail throughout the
Oh.
chance.
I totally wasn't trying to make her jealous at all.
Oh,
Not
shice.
even
That's
little.
right. You would have been within range of her aura of protection. That saving throw that you failed, how much did you fail it by?
The
Nat
one for
one.
poison?
Oh, well, it was a
Yeah.
4,
Oh,
right?
that was a nat 1. I had 4.
Okay,
I don't
never
think she
mind,
could
it
help
wouldn't
me
have
much.
helped.
Got cured anyway, so it's all right.
And so with that, there is a round of applause for the dancers. The cards are either discarded or kept for mementos. The band continues to play as people get up and either discuss, or if several of them use this as an opportunity to leave. Y'all have successfully survived
Okay.
the Golgari Ball.
Hooray! Level up?
Hey!
And now y'all all level up. No,
Die.
I'm kidding. No, we did that once
I
already.
think we're good on that. We're fine.
Alright, so ball is over. We got about 5 minutes before the show is over. Is there anything y'all are wanting to get done beforehand?
What is it?
Call this a pretty
Good.
successful day.
Are you wanting to give your dungeon master some idea of where you're going to be going with the next episode?
Well,
Yeah.
Test to check with the key and like the mold or whatever, and then perhaps going back to like following you guys back to check.
Yeah, there's the spell
so,
typing.
so of the several loose ends that we currently have, killer running around,
Oh,
Yeah.
never finished dealing with the gruel diplomacy.
Yeah, like that's supposed to happen after this, so it's like
Yeah,
the
y'all
gruel
have...
diplo-
It's the end of the day on the 11th. I believe y'all are leaving on the 13th.
We didn't pick a date yet for. Originally, we were going to leave on the 11th, and then down here doing this kind of.
And he was in no hurry to leave. It does need to be taken care of sooner rather than later. I do know Reeve is coming back soon.
If I'm going to
Hooray.
be
Ah.
describing a spell thing, I'd probably suggest Grigum if he wants to to find his business investment. That could be something fun for him.
Well, I actually am starting to get pretty worried about Cathal. It's like, and I'm gonna see if I can find some way of trying to contact her again. It's like,
Still hasn't gotten back in contact, has she?
yeah, it's
Sent
like,
Fairdear suit though.
someone sent Fairdear suit through which means anyone who has access to the vault. It's like, and we don't know. Like, we assume it's foolproof that Cathal has access to that. And it's like, probably only her, but that's how they get you.
If she gives them permission, like,
Well,
feel like it's a little more open-ended.
it's only about 3 hours, so it could be kind of everyone's getting breakfast and getting together, and then we could head.
Fair.
It's like running close to, because this was like a 4-hour ball. It was about 5 o'clock or so by the time y'all finished that fight. So y'all are getting near midnight, I believe, unless my count
I
is
figured
off.
in the morning was when we would do the ritual thing.
Yeah.
Fair enough. It's like,
Things to do during the night, but that's just letter writing and stuff.
Yeah, you have a lot of thank you notes to send out.
You, it's gonna be.
I used about half of the NPCs I wrote.
I don't know if there's custom if they're sending notes out to attendees or not. I'll have
Not
to check with
really
Laura.
a Golgari thing. It's like, thank you for attending and allow me to mildly poison you. I hope you enjoyed the aperitif.
Oh, Ingrid's got like actual letters, like visit the new postal center of 6 months ago on the way back up kind of letters.
Alright, well, I say 5 minutes and 2 minutes until 3. We should go ahead and call that. I would like to thank Sirenscape for the use of their program. That this background music that we've been playing near constantly in this series has been provided by them. Meryl, do the line.
Take care of each other. And please, what a polite werewolf would do.
Those cuts were perfectly timed. Do we have a cone?
I would like to
living?
reroll.io is a group that lets me use the artwork for my character. I know, a little pixel art. Pretty great, Thank you for letting us doing that.
The cone. But anyway, it's like, the living, simply the dead on holiday.
I put like the picture of the up.
Especially around the Golgari.
It's also seen on like the Beyond strip or that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that my Cohen had deflated a good deal, with all the chatter around it. But nonetheless, I felt it was appropriate for our current circumstances, and I had to do a long, hard search to find something. And I came across it on TV tropes, and as something that Tom Baker once said.
I mean, you gotta love Tom Baker.
Yeah, he's it's like, fans used to say, tell me something to live by, Doctor. They're always saying that. So I used to say really dumb things like, remember, the living are just the dead on holiday. And they go, oh man, did you hear that? The living are just the dead on holiday.
It's fairly profound, regardless of whether he thought it was or not.
So, please, if you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe so other people can find this. If you have joined us for our live broadcast, thank you. Please follow or even subscribe if you want to throw a couple bills at our way. If you want to throw a couple bills at our way without, subscribing on Twitch, we have a Ko-Fi and we have a Patron, both of which are going to be in their final stages of being set up and are currently ready for people to start pouring money down the hole that is this show, if you for some reason want to do that. We will be back on Friday with the bonus rolls chat and chill with I don't know who, but it'll be at least me and one other member of the bonus cast, unless I am deathly sick still and curled up against the toilet crying.
Aw.
I need to stop eating nothing but Swedish fish, and I know it. Alright.
Some fiber.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and shut this thing off. The stream is going to keep running for a little bit to run a commercial. But, hey, I had a good fun time. I hope everyone else did too. Thanks for joining us.
And
All right.
here's an extra cone for you. It's like, an apple a day will keep anyone away if you throw it hard enough. And it's like,
This is true.
Alright, in-show is up. In-show is up. We're good.
Right.
Is
Okay.
audio mute?
Audio is now muted for